Hi, everyone, and welcome into Episode 1, Season 2 of Thursday Night Premier Pickleball at All In Pickleball Gym. I'm Alan True. I'm joined by Tori Much.
Hi, everybody. We're back.
We are back, and we're going to try to avoid a sophomore slump. I hate it when there's a great Season 1 of a show, and then you watch Season 2, and it's not any good, right? We're going to try to avoid
No, it's going to be good.
It is going to be. It's going to be better.
We got new teams. We got new players. We got even higher competition this time.
You and I have had months of coming up with new things to say.
We tried really hard.
40 different ways to say great dink. Come up with all of those, right?
Right. One, just great
dink. Yeah. Nice drop. There's only so many ways you can say that. But we're going to try to be as entertaining as we were last year. But we don't need to carry it too much because the play is going to be entertaining.
And
we have
oh
my gosh. It's like
so cute.
You know what? Mild flex. In the months since we did TPN, I got to do an MLP broadcast.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And the whole time, great people, great experience, but the whole time I was like, where's Tori? And why is nobody bringing me a Kind Crumbs donut on timeouts and changeovers?
Well, I was doing the DJ, so you know. We were working. We were working, people.
So I'm very happy to be back on TPN, and we're very happy to have you back. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we hope you can get down here, too, from time to time and watch
free
these.
Free pizza tonight, free drinks tonight for all of our spectators. So there is tons of pizza down there. It's very good.
Tori had one piece.
I did have one slice, and it was from a place I haven't had before. It's like Greco's or something.
Okay.
It was good.
I don't know anything about Greco's,
but come down here and get some pizza.
There's still pizza.
It's good. And also, I would love to give a quick little shout out. Tonight is sponsored by Elders Helpers. They always come out for the community and sponsor a lot of our pickleball events. So I think they are our head sponsor tonight. So quick shout out to them.
Yeah. And how about a welcome to we have some viewers from Selkirk TV and Pickleball Channel tonight. We are streaming to multiple places. Yes. We will try to find at least one player using a Selkirk. I think we will have that. We'll have multiple.
Yeah, there's a couple sponsored players. Well, at least one. Connor's sponsored.
Okay, so we'll have kind of, you'll have to wait for him. He has a bye. He's that good with his Selkirk that he has a bye. You'll have to wait for him
he
to.
He did just switch too.
I thought that
he
maybe
switched new paddle. Yeah.
All right.
Switched it up. So
part of the drama. Part of the season 2 drama.
It's gonna get crazy.
New paddles, new partners, new sponsorships, and we're gonna get ready to go pretty soon here. It is mixed night tonight, so it's going to be mixed, and as usual, we'll have these standings count each week until we get to the championship at the end of the year. And the winners, there is a little bracket.
So it kind of shows you, we do have 4 teams with byes. I think they were all seeded by Duper, so this is a Duper rating seeding for the byes. We will start out with, as you saw on the previous screen, if you've been watching since we started, there is what we call no volley zone, and that is where we would show all 4 matches streaming at once. However, we kind of stay off of that and kind of flip back and forth as matches get close here, with our primary court being in the championship court area, and then we will flip as other things are exciting on other courts. Also, each court has its own individual stream. So if you are looking to watch someone very specific, you can go to the YouTube channel and find each stream individually for which court they will be on.
Right. Let's talk through the matchups we have, huh?
Do you want to do matchups, or do you want to explain it?
Ooh.
Let's explain how it works a little bit.
Okay, you explain it first.
Okay, so how this works is it is single elimination. So you move on if you win. If you lose, you do go into a consolation bracket where you will play for points. The points are important because at the end of our season, we do have a huge money event. The money is much higher in that one, and it's a championship round, and you have to have enough points to play in that championship round. So the consolation points do matter.
And there were a lot of points qualifiers in the championship last year.
Yes, tons, because a lot of people play and win with multiple different partners, so you can choose who you play with. It's a whole really cool atmosphere on that there's 3 of them, so there's women's, mixed, and men's. So it is really exciting.
Open, not men's. Yes. Open, because we did have Downey and Kristen played.
Right, because I don't think they had the women's events until later in the season last year. So I think it's now going to be women's, men's, and mixed.
See, I needed the season 1 recap that happens at the start of season 2 to remind me what I missed. But, all right, matchups. Top left corner of your screen on center court.
Championship court.
Yep, that will be Lexi Contrato, or Alexis if you're very formal, and Jace Landier, or Jace if you're super formal, and against Kristen Reinhardt and Zach Chambers. Four people who played in not only a single one of them, this is their first TPN, and you have several players who had really, really good results in last year's events.
Yeah, definitely. And both of these teams have played together in other events. So Zach and Kristen have actually played together. That's Reinhardt and Chambers, our number 9 seed. They've played together in a couple tournaments recently, actually. Been playing together more. And Contrato and Land here have played together. I know they played in Beer City and maybe something else. So they are kind of familiar with each other's styles, have played together, and this should be a really, really good 9-8 matchup here, for sure.
And Lexi, I read on the fact sheet, played in MLP Australia.
Or was it New Zealand?
It said New Zealand and Australia, so maybe it was.
I'm pretty sure she's playing for a New Zealand team. Yeah, which is amazing. So cool. Such a great experience. I talked to her a little bit about it. She said it was super fun, and she got to be over there for quite some time, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, that's just a great experience overall, to be honest.
Yeah, so a lot of these players obviously did not just do nothing in between last season and this season. A lot of them have played high competition, and so we're expecting even better play this season. And then on court 2, that matchup, the 7-10 matchup, Sarita Schoenbeck and Ty Bruckner, Ann Arbor duo.
Yeah, Sarita's a lefty. Super, super strong player. I've played her a couple times, and she is wicked out there. She is super quick and a really good player, and Ty is the perfect complement to her. Very steady, has some good attacks of his own, and just a really strong team there. So they've played together a lot and very familiar with each other's games. So look for them to be a little bit of a sleeper at the 7 seed, I think. But they are playing Emily Welke and Brian LeClaire, and they just came off of a big win in a local tournament here against some tough competition.
Yeah, the gold medalists at Picklefest.
So also super strong forehands on that side, man. You do not want to be returning to their forehands, because they are going to just whip that thing right back at you.
Yes, they can crack the ball. So we're actually going on championship court. So let's maybe go to championship court, and then we'll talk through the rest of we'll introduce the rest of the players as we get going. But it's a quick 2-0 lead for Zach Chambers and Kristen Reinhardt, our 9 seed.
Yeah, look for all players just to kind of settle in. It looks like a couple unforced stairs on the side of Alexi and Jace, and just need to settle in.
Yep. And Jace, our local teen sensation, getting closer to being able to drive himself here with each passing TPN.
Yeah.
He's probably on a learner's permit right now, I would guess. But maybe we can get his mom to confirm.
Really good look from Zach there. Just a little overcooked it. Zach's got a new Revlin sponsorship. Revlin, I think, is a paddle company that's in Holland that actually sponsored a couple of our events last year.
I think we should have a counter each week on Jace's miles and how close he is to a license.
Yeah, like a countdown.
Yeah.
Like one of those ones on your phone that I don't know how to do.
We'll help you. You couldn't open the Google Doc earlier. There's clearly some technological issues here. We'll get you up to speed.
Social media is my job, but I don't know how to use my phone. Yeah. It's fine.
As long as you know how to upload things to YouTube, I think you're all set. Or Rye does, then you guys are good.
He's my manager.
I would hate for you to become homeless because you don't know how to work YouTube. Zach getting big in the middle, but the balls keep coming back on both sides. We are playing, I don't believe we played Franklin last year.
The Dura.
So I think usually longer rallies. Yep, you're going to see a lot of hands battles. I think it's going to make for some exciting play. We're going to see if the teams have trouble putting a ball away.
Yeah, I mean, Zach's got a great put away, and just right there you could see most of those balls coming back and stuff as he was controlling that kitchen line. And so it will definitely be probably some more extended rallies, a little bit more defensive reset type of style.
Personally, I think that's going to lead to exciting viewing. I think we're going to get some long points and some big hands battles.
Huge rip up the middle from Jace there.
Yeah,
that was a good shot.
I will undo your talking about longer points, Alan. Thanks, Jace.
Yeah, APP is also using the Franklin as their ball, so kind of, you know, in the pickleball world, there's always a few different balls being used across the tours and local tournaments. So always interesting to see what we'll end up using.
Very nice lob there from Kristen Reinhardt.
Kristen holding her own on the left side there. Big plan.
Yep, pulled Jays out wide a couple times with wide dinks first to set up that lob, and it's 5-0 Reinhardt in Chambers. Good dinking there by Kristen Reinhardt yet again, and
we've already started with the good dinking comment.
Yeah, I'll find 39 other ways to say it, but Lexi Contrato tried to fire that one down the middle. Zach ready for that one, and it's 6-0. You second guessed that one a couple times, looked at it a couple times, but did come down on the line. Our ref has returned from last season. We were able to, Ray, Mr. Ray Zamora. We had a big contract negotiation to try to get him back for season 2, but we got it done.
Got it done with a couple more slices of pizza.
A couple slices of pizza.
Some drinks.
A new gold necklace.
And a new hat.
And
rocking a new hat, maybe?
He held our feet to the fire, but we got it done, and so Ray is back. Bob Trout is back. You'll see him on the other courts. Which, let's go to our all-in volley zone. Point number 1.
Out there for point number 1. Let's go to court 3, as we haven't introduced these players yet. Ooh, and a little bit of a lead for our 11 seed here, which is Dee Gilhood and Dan Murphy. Correct?
Dan Murphy, yeah.
Dan Murphy, yep. And they played a couple TPNs last.
They did, yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they played together ever, but they were definitely in several. So Dan and D, Team Double D, and against Kyle Worthy and Downey Fernberg, which if you pay attention to Michigan Pickleball, you are very familiar with those two names, two very accomplished players. Downey was regularly a winner or in the championship match during season 1 of TPN. Kyle also made several deep bracket appearances last year, and he said his goal this year is to, he was the one that said not lose to his wife.
He was.
I like how he framed that too.
He also describes his playing style as a banger. Just one word, banger.
He didn't say, I want to win against my wife. He said, I want to not lose to her. I like how that's framed.
Yeah.
It's well worded.
Definitely.
I understand what he's trying to say there. So we will check back in on that court. So let's go to our last one, court 4, that we have not introduced yet. Court 5. Sorry.
Sorry. Number 5 seed is Julia Henderson and Sam Trent. Both played last year. They've played a few tournaments together, so familiar with each other's styles. I believe they had a pretty solid run in Beer City this year, if I'm remembering correctly. Could be wrong on that. So they do have quite a lead at the moment. Very strong team. They are matched up against our 12 seed, Rachel Snott and Eden Fickle.
I believe this is Rachel's first TPN. They are both
I think so, yeah.
from the Lakeshore area, from Holland. Rachel currently in Allendale at Grand Valley. And Julia has played a handful of APP events, I believe. So she's not only played at the pro level a little bit, but also very used to this Franklin ball. And if you've, again, paid attention to Michigan Pickleball, you are probably very familiar with her family. Nancy Henderson is her mother. We got a Julia-Nancy battle out of one of the TPNs last year. Maybe we'll get that again this year. But Julia and Sam should be, they're off to a fast start. You certainly can never count any lead in pickleball as safe, but I think Julia and Sam will be one of the teams to beat tonight. I think they're going to be a tough duo.
They are a tough duo. But Aiden and Rachel have played together a lot, and they, when you're familiar with someone, sometimes you can get get in the zone and figure it out and come back on a big lead like that. So,
And especially with this being Rachel's first TPN,
yeah,
I'm
get a
sure.
little bit of the nerves out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's 3 games. It could be 3 games, best of 2 or best of 3. So,
And we saw last season a lot of teams lose that first game,
yeah.
came back and won the next 2.
Our chaos court number 2, we'll see if that happens. That was pretty much guaranteed to go to 3.
Aiden has continued to get so much better, too. I mean, I think I first played him when he was like 15, and each year gets better and better.
Yeah, definitely. They're both young, so they got time to build. So we will head back to championship court here as we have a 7-2 lead from our 9 seeds.
And again, if you are just tuning in and you are watching a specific player, each court does have its own individual stream. There are some technical difficulties going on court 5 right now. We're going to get that rectified as soon as possible. But if you did not want the jumping around, each court does have its own stream. You do not get Tori and I, but
Yeah,
you can join
it's
up this
disappointing.
stream later.
I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest.
I'm not sure it's worth it either, but we shouldn't talk about ourselves too much because Jace just had
A great
an awesome
shot.
scorpion there, and we should give the young man some credit.
Well, and you notice from that shot, he had to find a nasty angle because Kristen was just getting every single ball back. Zach's moving really well. Just the defense out there is crazy right now. So you really have to find that, you know, off-speed, tight angle that people might just not have enough room to get to the ball.
And after a little bit of a slow start, Trotto and Landier finding their stride here. Oh, the announcer jinx. There's the first one of season 2.
And it went to you.
Yeah. I practiced it all off season. I have so many new Jaces becoming a man jokes too, so I'm ready for that.
Zach's playing super big in the middle right now, really reading the ball well and moving really well. So tough to get the ball away from him. And when you have Kristen as your partner, she's just very consistent, very defensive. Basketball background for her, so really good at defense, and looks seeming like a really good matchup right now.
Jace
And
is able to,
jinx.
yeah, there he is. Yep, there's your jinx. Yep.
We got to get off this court. We're ruining their games.
But Kristen and Zach, as you're saying, they do have a very good complementary styles.
Yeah.
Kristen is one of those people I feel like has the type of style that I can't imagine her being a bad partner for anybody.
Especially mixed, just a really strong, solid, set up your mixed partner kind of girl.
There's a little bit of a Franklin point there. Extended rally, a couple of resets.
And just took a little bit of an extra angle and everything to make sure that they finish that one off. So we're going to do a quick check-in on court 5.
We had a pickle.
We did have a pickle. So Julie Henderson, Sam Trent, our 5 seed, took down our 12 seed in game 1 with a pickle.
Now, again, to remind, we did not only have teams lose game 1 and come back to win the next 2 last year. We had several teams get pickled
And then
in game 1 and then win.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
So like we said before, it is Rachel's first time playing. So if she gets those jitters out a little bit, they might start to get in the flow. And they are very familiar with each other, play together a lot. So
and
both always helpful.
Both using Revelins, by the way, which is also based in Holland, Michigan, where both players are from. So big shout out to the crew over there at Revelin Sports, and Aiden and Rachel with their new paddles made of the volcanic ash. Yeah, Zach also using that, and you'll see Jaron Faltanowski later playing with a Revelin.
Sometimes I watch the game in front of us. We're right in front of championship court, so whether we're on that screen or not, that's what we're looking at half the time. So let's go back to championship court here as, big poach by Zach there. It's tough to keep the ball away from him right now. He's really taking up a lot of space, and he's serving now for the first game point. Well, a lot of these players are super familiar with each other, play together often, and so you will hear a lot of chatter in between them as just makes it a little more fun when you can talk a little bit.
Absolutely, Zach. A little backhand slice down the line there. I think caught Lexi Contrado maybe a little bit by surprise, that shot.
Yeah, Zach's got a super heavy slice spin on his shots. Can be tricky if he gets a hold of that. Especially the Franklin sits on your paddle a little bit longer, so you can really just work that ball.
But point there for Contrado and Landier. Now 5-10 as they try to keep chipping away at the lead. There's another one to go to 6-10.
Yeah, I think their best bet right now is just to keep the ball in play, get it over, keep the ball on the ground. And just a couple of times you got Kristen and Zach going for just a little too much, and it's allowing Jason and Lexi to stay in the game.
Jace is playing with his Yola. He is a sponsored player.
Yeah,
Happened towards the end of last season, I believe, that he picked up that sponsorship. Can you tell what Lexi has there?
She has her and Brandon, her husband, have their own paddle company. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, that's right. Okay. We'll have to
so she is playing with that. Not sure.
Let's go to court 3 where we have a game point for Fernberg and Worthy. I think they were down, were they not down 3-0 the last time we were there?
Yeah, so I must have gone on a big run. Unfortunately, Kyle serves that one out. And, oh, did that hit the net?
I think he hadn't called the score yet.
Oh,
There
okay.
was
So there's another one of our referees, Bob Trout, back again. You see him on this court.
And if you are watching on Selkirk TV, there's been no bigger mover of Selkirk paddles in this area than Bob Trout.
Bob
He has
Trout
put
is the
so
Selkirk
many.
guy.
He'll always slide in a Selkirk ball when he's trying to play me. I'm like, Bob, what is this? I'll hit the ball and I'll go, what are we playing with? And it'll be a Selkirk. Bob loves his Selkirks, very dedicated. And 20 by 44 is the name of the paddle company that
For
Lexi and Brandon Contrado. So look that up.
Yes. So we do have
court 2. We've got game points all over the place.
Yeah, let's do double volley zone here as we have the 2. Oh, we have 3.
There's a timeout on 2, so we'll keep it here.
Wow.
And there's your game point.
That's a good game point right there.
So much for our double. But if you're Jace and Lexi, our 8 seed, I think you feel
that's a great way to start game 2.
You chipped away at that lead and got
figured some stuff out, got in the flow. You're just a little too late on that game 1, but that's fine because you got 2 more games to keep working it, and that's a great sign for them. So
game.
Looks like Dee and Dan going on a little run here.
They did, but I think
was that game point here? Or were they discussing if that was in or out? All right, calls it out, I believe. Okay. So we'll stay, and we have another game point. We have Sarita and Ty they will pull off the game 1 there. So 7 seed takes the game 1 on court 2, and we're throwing hands.
We're having a yes.
And if you know Downey, you know she is the
least hands throwy person.
So I'm assuming
in this building.
This is all in good fun. I think they all play in the same area together.
It looks like they decided that they won because they switched sides here. So yes, we did. It's 11-5.
All right.
After
All right, so everyone has moved on to game 2.
After the nicest, sweetest, most Downey score dispute ever, they won the point. It's 11-5. Let's go to court 2 because we haven't watched a ton of that match yet, but I feel like that could be a very explosive match. You've got some players who can really hit the ball on that court. Brian LeClaire, Emily Weichel, and Sarita Schoenbeck, and Ty Bruckner. So we mentioned our 7 seed, Schoenbeck and Bruckner. They're from the Ann Arbor area. And then Weichel and LeClaire are Grand Rapidians.
And it is Sarita's birthday today. She's turning 44.
44. She is a professor, and she just at the U of M, and it's her birthday today. So she just missed Libra season.
And she says her style is aggressive and chaotic. I love it.
That is. I've seen her play. You've played against her,
I
correct?
have played
And
against
I've seen
her.
her play, and that does seem to be accurate.
But
And
she is very good at it.
aggressive backhand there. So she, as we were talking about what she said her play style was, she gave us a shot at that, but just out. So it's a 1-0 lead for Weichel and Leclerc. But lefty is Sarita, so her and Ty both their forehands in the middle. Sarita is a former college tennis player who she said she took
Oh, good lead there.
about 20 years off of sports as life happened, as it does to some of us, and got back into athletics. Pickleball is it's a great sport for that profile. Like, I used to play tennis,
Yeah.
gave up sports for a long time,
And then
looking
can
for a
come
way
back
to
in.
get competitive again. And
Her bio might be my favorite thing. She says she loves to sit on the couch and do nothing. Like, this is amazing.
very honest.
Aggressive and chaotic, but also loves to sit on the couch and do nothing. Like, that is what we call pickleball and balance,
Right.
all in one bio.
You can't play aggressive and also be aggressive all the time. There has to be. You have to save it up. Yep.
Of course.
So we have our first match being actually finished as Henderson and Trent 11-0, 11-1. So dominant victory for.
They were looking strong in that match for sure.
So
They will move on to our next round.
we had a bracket.
We did have a bracket, but I'm not quite sure where it went. So they will move on to our next round. Julia Henderson, Sam Trent, our number 5 seed. And we will let you know who they're playing shortly here. In the meantime, let's check back in on championship court. We've had some good points in our absence of championship court.
Oh, you know what? I have a device in my hand that will show me the bracket. How about
That's
that?
cool. Is it like a bracket device?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know that?
Innovative.
Occasionally, if I need to talk to another human being, it also does that.
Oh, wow. But mostly for bracket finding.
But mostly, yes, to look up pickleball brackets.
Great backhand there from Jace as he takes a step back and rolls that one, and Kristen is just behind it.
So Julie Henderson, Sam Trent will move on to face Erica Benting and Jaren Faltinowski.
Ooh, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a good one.
Sometimes I will say those bye games are tough because the other team's coming in hot. They're coming off, I mean, Julia and Sam are coming off a huge win. And, you know, they're just going to be ready to roll right in there. And sometimes it takes a minute for the teams to get settled in, as we've noticed in some of these matches. So you really never know what's going to happen. Sometimes that bye you got to have a good warm-up.
True, but with Jaren and Erica being such experienced players, I doubt they're going to come in too cold.
And they've played together quite frequently as well. So very familiar with each other, which, again, is super, super helpful when you're playing off of a bye against a team that's pretty hot. So
on center court here, again, it's Kristen Reinhardt, Zach Chambers won game 1 over Lexi Contrado and Jace Lane here, 11-7.
they tied up here in game 2. Let's check in on a different court. I think one of our courts is a little bit further along in their game now. Let's go back to court 2 as they're at 7-1 here.
We do also have our first winners from court 5 up here, Sam and Julia. So we're gonna get them on.
Oh,
Are we live?
You are live. Yeah.
Welcome.
Where's the
Thanks.
camera?
First of all, congratulations on the win.
thank you.
You guys won rather easily. So do you like that in your first game, or do you how do you view that as a kind of a warm-up match or a way to get your feet wet for the next game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good warm-up for us. I mean, we still had a couple good points, but
Yeah, they're good.
yeah, they're a good team, but I mean, it was a good warm-up for us.
And I think you guys are probably pretty familiar with Jaren and Erica, so
Yes.
kind of break that match down. What do you need to do in order to come out on top in that one, too?
I can't give any high balls to Jaren. He's going to reach out and tootsie roll him or as he says, and
Yeah.
he'll beat us there pretty bad. So we got to keep the high. I got to keep my, I guess, cross court dinks tight to the net and low, and then we just have to make our balls when we get them. They'll give us opportunities. We just can't miss them.
Yeah, how are you guys liking playing with the Franklin this year? A little change of pace for you.
Yeah, I don't love it.
That's fair.
It's a little slow, but honestly, when they're new, they're not bad. But once they start getting used, they're
Yeah, they
a little
become
bit
really
slower.
Yeah, a
When it's a
little
little bit
slower.
colder, they're not too bad either, but it makes the points a little bit longer. You got to work.
yeah, no complaints.
Awesome. Well,
We'll try to get you a fresh one for your next
Yes,
match. So yeah,
please.
Yeah,
we
thank
won't
you.
make you use the
Preferred.
same one over
all
again.
day.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Congrats on the win. Good
Thanks.
luck in the next one, and hopefully we'll see you back up here.
All right, thank
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Also, go Steelers.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Here, I got it.
all right, so we are looking at a game point on court number 2 for our 7 seed to potentially be moving on in 2 games.
After a really competitive first game, they've been
Wow,
dominant in
good
game 2.
rolls. And they will do it. So they'll probably be up here soon. That is Sarita Schoenbecker and Ty Bruckner. And our 7 seed has taken down our 10 seed. And in 2. Looks like they found a rhythm there.
And a reminder, if you are watching this for Emily Weichel or Brian Leclerc or Rachel Sinnott and Aiden Fickle, they will go on and play in consolation matches, and those courts will all have individual streams as well. So
Yes.
their night is not over. You can continue to follow them, root them on, and those points will carry over. So those are important matches, even though they are not in the main bracket. So be on the lookout for those. Those will get going pretty
I was
soon here.
Just gonna say we should split this screen as we have 2 of our final matches here pretty closely being played, or sorry, being played very closely. Words are hard. Okay,
Words are very tough. Yeah.
and so
I've
yeah,
known you to have a lot of difficulty talking. That's
Yeah.
one thing
I
about.
really struggle to speak,
Yep.
like just in general.
But our production team read your mind. By the way, shout out to our production team. They do an outstanding
Amazing
job, and
Everything's looking great.
they've also
Wow,
had a lot of
Zach.
experience this offseason. They worked Beer City Open
Yeah.
and worked alongside
And
MLP.
have
They
the
do NPL.
contract with
Yeah,
NPL,
yeah. Yep.
So they're traveling all over to stream for NPL, which is an amazing opportunity for them, and it seems like they're really enjoying that. So.
Yeah, true professionals, and they never complain that you and I soak up all the glory while they're down there pushing buttons.
They love to listen to us speak.
So 4-4 on championship court.
Yeah, let's tune in there as we got a timeout on our other court
one
here.
is just
And we
one.
will have our second winners also joining us here. So we will hear from some of our very first TPN players as they've won their first match, which is exciting. Oh, close. It just misses that one. All right.
Okay, we have our next winners here. It's Sarita and Ty. So first of all, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe it's both of your first TPNs, right? So first of
TPN
all,
game and
yeah.
first win. So congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
What do you think of the event? What do you think of the facility? What do you think about the whole environment here tonight?
This is very cool. I wasn't sure about it because it's a drive for us, but everyone said this is awesome, so we said we should come.
Yeah. So tell us, you guys, how did you guys start playing together?
I think we ended up at Wolverine Pickleball playing in like the 4.0 group when we were earlier in our last year, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
You were both in the 4-0 group just only last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you at that point, did you have a goal were you just happy to be out there playing, or did you set a goal to try to get up to the 5-0 plus level?
I wanted to like try and get better. Yeah. I don't know if goal, but try and play in more tournaments and see how they went.
Well, so far so good. Ty, what do you like about playing with a lefty and a very aggressive lefty in Sarita?
I mean, she's just a great all-around player, and she has great drive, and covers the middle lefty. So
And Sarita, Ty, how is he as a partner?
Oh, he's great. He's so consistent, strategic, and patient, all the things that I am not. So we complement each other well.
What do you mean? We know you love to sit on your couch.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Well,
in
yeah,
the right scenario.
that's true. I'm happy to be lazy, too.
All right, so we, as you can tell from that comment, we did read your biographical answers you sent in. I have to know what, can you give us a brief synopsis of ethics and technology? What does that course consist of?
Yeah,
For those of us who couldn't get into U of M.
I teach at the University of
Speak for
Michigan.
yourself.
Technology ethics. It's all about the social impacts of emerging technology like AI and social media and, all the risks and threats that might be associated with use of them.
After this, I want you to
Maybe she
watch
can teach me
Tori's
how to-
YouTube channel and tell me where she's being unethical.
No,
That
your
would be-
YouTube channel is great. I think my kids are watching it.
Oh,
It's
see?
very
Yeah,
family
look at
friendly.
that. Yeah.
She can teach me how to use Google Calendar, maybe.
Oh yeah, she needs a lot of help with that.
Okay,
She doesn't know how to open
that might
a
be a
Google
separate
sheet.
conversation.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as ethics and technology. That might be more of a 101 level class.
Yeah.
But
You know what?
yeah. Anyway, congratulations on the victory. Welcome to Grand Rapids. Welcome to All In Pickleball Gym, and hopefully we'll see you back up here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
thank you.
Alrighty.
All right,
So
our interviews continue to just
be nothing
Yeah.
that matter about pickleball usually.
I mean,
we just like to get to know people.
yeah, you can only
Their
ask
game
so
speaks
much.
for themselves. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
All
Good
right, so we have two pretty tight games still going on here. Our last two games. One of these teams is going to go to 3, I already know, and it's going to
It's gonna hold
everyone's
everything
going
up.
to have to wait for them.
Some really good forehand dinking there. Like
Yeah,
Seek
really
Toronto.
patient. It seems like they're embracing the Franklin life and really just grinding out points. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Just be consistent, get the ball back, and just make balls.
And I think sometimes too, when you play a really strong dinker like Kristen Reinhardt, it can lead you to want to try something different. But Lexi's been patient, and especially in that point, staying in the
staying in the
dink rally
pattern.
and trusting herself, saying, I can win this. And she did it right there. So really good point from her.
We're now up to 2 phrases. We have a good dinker and a strong dinker. So we'll see what else we can come up
Maybe
with.
we can,
Stay tuned.
at some point, we
I
will
believe.
try to define the difference between a good dinker and a strong dinker.
That sounds exhilarating. I can't wait to hear how you come up with that definition.
I think maybe a good dinker puts the ball back in, is very consistent. A strong dinker maybe has an
aggressive.
element of aggression to it. Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely.
But I did just make that up. So
Yeah, but we're good at that.
yeah, we're gonna set the tone on that. We're gonna
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like it's not like we're making uneducated statements. We're just making things up that
Right.
probably work.
Big time pickleball. It's a fairly new thing, right?
Yeah.
Pro pickleball's only been around for a little while, so there's still room for people like you and I,
To make up terms. To coin
yeah,
terms.
to be influencers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I am an influencer.
I know you are. That's right.
So are you. In the
In
comedy
some-
scene.
In the comedy scene. I
That's why we're
thought
so
you were going
funny.
to say more in sports, but in comedy, that works
Oh,
too.
yeah. True.
Court 3, we have a match point.
For our team furthest from us in the screen here. So Downey and Kyle.
Some would call that
uh,
the top, but that works too.
Yeah, well, this could be the top too. It just depends on your perspective.
I don't know about that, but anyway, it's 10-8, and Gilhood and Murphy already held off 1 match point. They're going to hold off
strong
2.
D at the kitchen lane there. Yeah, but are you a half full or half empty person? I'm a half full, so you must be half empty.
Depends on the day.
Okay. Well,
Some days I feel half empty, and some days I feel half full. Now, you said
big middle ball
strong
there.
D. What's the difference between strong defense and good defense?
strong defense means you can just sit in that squat position and reset the ball into the kitchen every time. Good defense, I think, is more of good ball awareness. Like you can kind of scramble, get there, but it might not mean you're as set or ready for the next move.
All right. This is your first time watching TPN, or you're joining us on Pickleball Channel or Selkirk TV. This is the type of analysis you get from Tori and I. A lot of ball awareness, right? And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and making things up.
and making things up.
Kyle had a great, what I like to call a half Ernie. So we discussed this last season, if you weren't with us. But
So I had some people text me
oh,
that
no.
apparently at the end of last game when they were having that discussion, Kyle nasty Nelsoned somebody for that. I think he nasty Nelsoned Dan for that point, and that's what the discussion was.
see.
That might also be
What
why
was,
there
was
was.
the discussion if he hit him or not?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Or it could also be why we thought maybe there were going to be hands thrown.
That's fair. That's honestly fair.
And nasty Nelson, those of you who don't know, that is where you hit the person up at the net on a serve.
The person that you're not serving to, you hit them.
Just
So most people aren't paying attention super closely because they're expecting their partner to be getting the serve, and sometimes people can just hit them.
So another match point held. They got one more here. Let's see if Downey and Kyle can close it out. Up 10-9.
Oh,
Two off the net.
Two off the net, and D handles it with grace.
And just casually gets back into the point.
Oh,
Wow, what a way to end it there.
Great shots from everyone.
Dan immediately points at D, says, great job with the two off the tape. They played extremely well. But go down in defeat to Fernberg and Worthy, who move on 11-5, 11-9. They win that match. That's going to be another very tough team to beat. They are going to move. I should just keep the bracket up on
yeah,
my
no,
bracket
that was your
device.
Whole device was just keep the bracket up.
Sometimes if you don't use the device for a little bit, it just goes
great
dark.
shot from Lexi there as she reads Zach's dink, or I think it was actually Kristen's dink.
So Fernberg and
that
Worthy
ATP, so
will
you
play
bracket up.
mogul. Sometimes if you don't use the device for a little bit, it
Oh,
just goes
great
dark.
shot
Didn't
from
mention
Lexi
Sarita
there
and Ty,
as
who
she
were just up
reads
here. They will
Zach's.
play Melissa Kildo and Nick Romano. Another two players who had very good results in Season 1 and hence have earned themselves a bye.
Yep.
And did you already mention that our 8th seed, Contrado and Lanier, are up 9-7?
I told you. I said someone's got to go to the game 3. Sometimes I like playing to a lot of tournaments at local tournaments are just to 15 or just to 11, and sometimes it's really beneficial to play that best 2 out of 3 because you get a second to figure a team out, and then you can start implementing your strategy. And I think that's kind of what Lexi and Jace have been able to do here is really figure out what's working, sit in points, take time to set things up, and not have to be in like panic mode trying to force shots and figure it out.
Yep, and I think in a game to 15 too, you can feel the walls close in on you a little bit sooner.
Yeah, if you get like a bad start or you just got jitters and you just don't have enough time to come back sometimes. However, our 9th seed has tied it back up here. So, big backhand from Jace as he reads that shot really well off of Zach's paddle.
And a clutch one, too, as they were on a little mini run there to close that to 9-9. We're going to make room here as our next winners are up in the booth. Right.
All right, welcome, Downey and Kyle. Congrats on your first win here on our Season 2 TPN. Oh, here you guys are. Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Wave to everybody. We're on
We're
on Selkirk TV and Pickleball Channel
Oh,
tonight,
wow.
so it's not just the TPN
Pressure's
normal
on.
crowd. Yeah. So, but that was a very good wave to everybody watching. Kyle, rumor has it we can't watch every court, but rumor has it you nasty Nelson somebody. Did that happen?
I might have missed a serve. Might have hit him on game point.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't purposeful.
Might have been, but
Oh, okay. We're not.
Unconfirmed.
We're gonna keep
Yeah.
everybody in
Keep
suspense on
guessing.
that.
Yeah.
It may or may not have happened. Either way, you won the match.
Yeah, congrats on the win. What's working for you guys?
just letting Downey do her thing. She put away so many balls. I just got to set her up to finish it. She's awesome and keeping serves deep, returns deep. She's playing everything right.
Great. All right, bracket boy, who are they playing next?
They might know it before I find it, but they have Monica Wynn and Connor Mogul. Very, very good team. You don't sound super excited about that.
So you guys are familiar with both of their games. What do you guys got to do to pull out the win there?
Move fast.
Move fast. I think you keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Both it hit harder than the most in the state. They can both rocket it. Wouldn't want to get hit with either of them. So, trying to avoid that. Just trying to stay away from the bruises.
We've been asking the other teams about. This is the first TPN where we're playing with a Franklin. Do you guys like the Franklin, and does the strategy change at all based on the ball?
I mean, I play with the Franklin before, but I don't usually play. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Is it better now?
Much better, yes.
But you don't have to talk quieter. Keep talking at the same time.
This is something new I never done before. I mean, Franklin, I like Franklin. Dura and Franklins are the one I prefer to play with. But sometimes we have to switch the new ball because there's no bounce.
Yeah, we were just talking about that with another team.
I'm not complaining. Never complain.
No complaints.
No complaints.
Yep.
That sounds very similar to our last people that we asked.
Yeah, they're slower and they don't spin as much. So it's definitely a different feel than like a Dura or Franklin. The Vulcan spins a lot. Franklin spins very little. So you got to kind of get adjusted to that.
Well, you guys seem to adjust very well. Congratulations on your first win. Good luck in the next match, and hopefully we'll see you up here in the booth again.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a tight match here. Reinhardt and Chambers were able to come back from down 9-7.
And Kristen's been throwing up some lobs and then hits that down the line and doubles up. And a great game there for both teams as our 9 seed does pull off the upset and we'll move on into our quarterfinals round.
So we don't have any go to 3 in the first
we
round.
Don't, but
Yep.
we are very close. So definitely a valiant effort there from all 4 players. And we will probably talk to Kristen and Zach in a little bit here before we start our quarterfinals round. The bracket is up on the screen now, so you can kind of see who is moving on here. So championship court will be Sophia Abelson and Mariano Yee, who both of them played last year in events. And they will get our last, so Kristen and Zach get to sit on championship court as they move on here. And they will be back in action. Then you'll see Erica and Jaren are going to be playing our 5 seed, Julia Henderson, Sam Trent. Melissa Kildo and Nick Romano, who are the 3 seed, will be playing Sarita and Ty. And then Monica Wynn and Connor Mogul, our 2 seed, will be playing Downey and Kyle, who we just spoke with. So we have some really great matchups here. Some new partnerships, too. So last TPN, Monica and Nick actually played a few together and had pretty good results together. And now they are switching up. So Nick and Connor actually have played probably the most pro events out of everyone here, maybe besides Mariano. He's also played quite a few. And they usually play together. So we love a little partnership rivalry. If they do both move on in their brackets, they will see each other. Jaren has also played a few pro events with Erica. Like we said, a team that's very familiar with each other, both local to the Grand Rapids-ish area. So do get to play together frequently. And Sophia is another lefty, another female lefty out here. So, and she's playing with Mariano Yee, who is, like I said, has played multiple pro events. Actually just had a little run, I believe, in last week, 2 weeks ago. I believe he made it to a main draw, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Former college tennis player.
yeah,
right?
so super good player, strong players. That will be a fun partnership to watch. I don't think I've ever seen them play together, so they will definitely be a fun team to watch play as they warm up here. And we have our last court to win the first round. Kristen Reinhardt and Zach Chambers joining us here in the booth. We will get them on the screen for you here shortly.
But we can talk to them before they're on the screen. That's allowed. So,
That is true.
Well, I had to
Yeah.
get their mics on. I had to give them a second.
So congratulations, first of all, on the win. How does it feel to be back on TPN and winning again, which you both did a lot of last year?
No, it's great. It's actually Donnie and I rode over here together, and we're like, wow, it's been a minute since we've been here. It's
Yeah.
starting the Thursday night premiere night season, and it's exciting. Glad they're doing it again. Obviously, the competition just is getting tougher and tougher. It was a great battle against Lexi and James. Really could have gone either way. glad we didn't force they didn't force a third game.
We were talking about it. We were like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? We need someone to do it.
Right.
No, nobody wanted a third game.
No.
To hold up the whole thing. What's working for you guys out there? You guys have a relatively new partnership, but have played in a few events together. It seemed to complement each other's styles really well. How is that going for you guys?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to stay aggressive and kind of force the issue a little bit, play tight to the middle, and let Kristen kind of dig things out.
Yeah, Kristen, you had some great defense. Zach, you were taking up so much space, they couldn't keep the ball away from you.
That's the plan.
Yeah, it was working well. Working well for you guys.
Do you like a tight game one to kind of get the
No,
juices
I'd
flowing,
rather
or would you
go.
rather just win? Win big.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants tight games.
No.
Yeah.
So you guys are playing Sophia and Mariano. Have you guys played them? Are you familiar with your games? Got a strategy going in?
It's been a long time since I played Mariano, and I actually played in a few tournaments together a few years ago. But you know, Mariano's like on the circuit now,
Yeah,
so
we were just talking about that.
it's good to see him come out. But it'll be a tough battle. Sophia is such a tough player, so you know, we're gonna give it our all, and you know, go out there and try to just play well. And where the cards fall, they fall.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, last question. We got to survey the scene because we've asked everyone so far. New ball this year. We're playing with the Franklin. Thoughts on that? How are you guys feeling about it?
I think it kind of slows it down a little bit. Some of these guys like Mariano can put so much spin on it, a lot of pace. I think it might help us a little bit.
Yeah, I actually think it does. You know, some of these paddles are getting so fast out there that I don't mind the Franklin ball. It gives a little chance to, you know, make them hit one more. It's a little harder to put the ball away, and I'd rather slow the game down a little bit, let my partner put it away. So I actually think it does favor my style of play.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. We were talking about your defensive style. Defensively strong, not good.
We were trying to decide what the difference between a good dink and a strong dink is. Good defense, strong. This is what we do when we have to fill this much time.
You have to, right.
So,
Yeah, totally.
so thanks for coming up here and helping us find more things to say.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks so much.
And good luck on your next match.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Zach Chambers and Kristen Reinhardt. A couple of good sports and a couple of very strong players moving on to the next round.
Just a quick reminder, too, if you are in the Grand Rapids area, there is free pizza and free drinks tonight for spectators. If you want to come and watch this action live, we are now into the quarterfinals, so things are going to start heating up more and more each round. If you are looking for a player to watch as well, they will still be playing out in a consolation bracket, even if they didn't take away the win in the first game, or first matchup, sorry. So, come down, support these guys. It's really fun when we have a lot of people down here cheering, and it makes it really exciting. The players love it. So we'd love to see you here. And there is a fan appreciation night tonight. So
It is. Tori and I are inaccessible, though. Don't
that's
ask
true.
for autographs till the whole thing's done.
That's true. And you can bring your headset and watch it on your phone just to listen to us speak. Because you wouldn't want to be here and not be able to hear us talk.
That's right.
So that's definitely an option as well.
The audio will not match. It'll be on a delay, but it's still worth it.
But it's, yeah, you get the point. Like, you get the good phrases. You learn lots of things about strong versus good. Like, there's a lot that's going to be really good in that.
There's vocab, and there's some technology ethics. There's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we just go through everything.
Oh, it looks like
here.
we're playing on court 3. Thank goodness, because we were starting to go off on a real tangent there. Melissa Kildo, Nick Romano, our 3 seed. Against
I didn't
Sarita
realize we were already
Schoenbeck
starting.
and Ty Bruckner. Yep.
All right. This will be a tough one.
So if you haven't watched these players play before, Nick Romano, one of 3 former Spring Arbor tennis players playing in TPN, did really well last year. I think Nick can really do a little bit of everything
Yeah, very
on the
strong
court.
player.
And Melissa, I think known more for her power game, but also can definitely, as you see there, has some finesse and athleticism to her game. So
super strong forehand. Tough
yes.
forehand, tough serve.
Yep. Very powerful. And so we'll see.
So they are coming off a bye. So you might see here at the beginning just a little settling in. I think they have played some together. So again, a little bit familiar with each other, which is always super helpful when you're coming off of that bye against a team that had some close games and is just warmed up and ready to go. So you see here that we are, Ty and Sarita are trying to keep Sarita out. It's
what a
tough shot. Ty holds his paddle a little differently and kind of gets these like rolls that kind of just float in on that back line. I think the Franklin probably plays into that game a little bit, as it kind of just, he can just kind of finesse it to kind of look like it's going out, and then that ball was 2 feet in. I mean,
And
great shot.
kind of mirroring teams here, right? Very aggressive females and a little bit more consistent on the male side, maybe less aggressive than some of the other males in the draw. So these two teams somewhat similar in their styles and their makeup.
Definitely, which always makes for an interesting game too. You kind of got people just grinding it out against each other there. And,
there's that big drive from Sarita.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Well, and
3 of them.
With that lefty, you don't know where she's going to hit it. And that's the trickiest part when you play really strong lefties, because they can hold it just a little bit longer and go down your line, or they can release it and hit with an open face and go right cross court. You can't really tell until the last second, so you got to be on your feet.
She did go down the line there behind Nick, so trying to keep him at home.
Smart decisions.
A couple of really good shots, and they're out 4-1, which we thought that having played already, they might be able to get out to a fast start.
Sarita is taking up that middle space. She's
yes, ready to go.
She said, "I said I'm chaos, and I'm here to bring it."
I did not sit on my couch all week in order to come here and just stand in one place.
Exactly. And as we kind of mentioned before, Nick Romano, on the side closest to us here, has played in quite a few professional events.
Sheet. We have a.
Where did our sheet
I
go?
just wanted to see if Nick put anything down for his nickname, and if not, if we could call him. If we could call him Papa Romano.
Oh.
It's Iceman.
Oh. That's not as exciting as Papa
Romano. So much better. But
all right, we'll
you know
just say what we want.
We'll go. I'll just tell him that I couldn't open the Google sheet, so I didn't know what his nickname was. And
Listen.
Yeah.
As we were talking about
that-
defense, my goodness.
Yes, and the Franklin. What a.
Oh.
We're still going.
Oh, and that goes just wide. Wow, what a point.
I think this is going to be the kind of match where you get a lot of those points.
Yes.
These players can all do
all the things.
All the things. And so you're going to get resets, you're going to get drives, you're going to get everything we just saw on that point.
A little bit of everything.
I'm excited about this match.
And I will say, as we've got some heavy hitters on this court, and they are all playing pretty patient and really just, sitting in their defensive skills, sitting in their offensive skills when they need to, but really trying to, I think these players I've already noticed a difference in style, just because I think the ball is really just making people work a little bit more to get that point and be a little more strategic, which all these players can do. But
it's harder to just
just power through people and get unforced errors from that, especially with, like Kristen was saying, some of the paddle power now. It really does change the playing field a little bit.
So maybe we can go back to the volley zone, because we have matches going in, and there's an incredible point going on championship court in front of us.
Yeah, that was
so maybe we can get
wow,
all
that
the
rip,
matches
that
back up.
two-handed rip is wild.
Of Sarita's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she can drive it on both sides, and she can hit it to any part of the court.
And she may have turned 44 today, but she moves just as good as anyone else.
Absolutely. And Ty is just, you see with those shots, he's not trying to overhit it, but he's placing it so well.
And he's putting, like you said, he's placing it. He's not just dead dinking it. He's being very strategic, very soft, and putting the ball where he wants it to go.
All right, let's see if we can get to the volley zone. Get all these matches up as we are going on all of these courts. And we've had some really good points here on championship court, but Benting and Faltanowski out to an early 3-0 lead. Those 3 points did not come easily. They're up 3-0. And our 1 seed, after no trouble off of the bye, they're up 4-0 early. And same with our 2 seed, up 4-1. 5-1 now, win and mogul down in the bottom right corner.
Well, we can start introducing some of these players too. Let's start with championship court here. As we have already watched Julia Henderson and Sam Trent, our 5 seed, play. They are playing against Erica Benting and Darren Boltanowski. the ones on the far side, as I will say it, top of the screen, as Alan would say it. So
Thank you.
Again, we've talked about them being a familiar team with each other. And Jaren actually playing with a different paddle now. He's playing with the new Paddle Tech paddle.
Oh, he is. I said Revelin earlier.
Yeah,
Okay?
I was wondering if he switched. I thought
was
he
not
was
up
going
to
to
date.
switch.
Yep.
So, yeah, that paddle is. I've played against it. It can be a whipping paddle for sure. But Jaren known for his backhand rolls, as Sam was saying in our interview up here, and Erica just known for being super, super consistent and one of the best defensive players I know. She can get most anything back. It is pretty impressive.
And also an outstanding lobber, one of the better lobbers we have around here as well.
Let me tell you, not my favorite thing.
And they're not only good, they're just always very well timed.
Timed and placed.
Yep.
She's reading your body. She's trying to see if you're leaning forward on the line, and then she's hitting it to a corner that you can't quite get to. So it's usually a very strategic shot on her point, very strategic player.
Extremely annoying, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
I don't.
It
is extremely annoying. I play against her often.
Yes. We already saw one off screen when it wasn't on the broadcast. She already tried one, so
She just missed it.
Just missed it, but you gotta dial it in.
And another thing we don't talk about enough, but right there is just court awareness. You know, letting balls go that are going to go out. I mean, that's an easy ball to hit. It's right to her forehand high, and, you know, she just lets it go, and it is indeed a bit out. So great read there as they go up here 7-2, and looks like calling a timeout. So let's go introduce another team that we have not seen yet. Maybe let's check in on our one. Let's check in on our 1 seed on court 2 here. There we are. So on the top of the screen, the far side, we have Sophia Abelson and Mariano Yee. We kind of talked about them as they were warming up. They're up 9-0. Sophia is a lefty, so they are probably switching right now to keep her. Oh, they're not switching. All right.
I think they're both in that kind of West Bloomfield area.
Yes, they probably do get to play together frequently.
Sophia's in Berkeley, grew up in West Bloomfield, so they're close enough that they probably do get some practice in.
Yeah, a lot of the higher level players, if they're within vicinity of each other, tend to play together often.
And you can see that on that forehand from Mariano. I mean, he puts a lot of torque on the ball, a lot of top spin. Former tennis player. You can see when these shots that he hits the court too, the balls kind of explode at you a little bit, and they are.
And even right there, I
threatening
mean,
a pickle.
Kristen was trying to get that line, and his ball had so much spin on it, it just shot off her paddle right out of bounds there. Oh,
and there it is.
Tough shot. And so our number 1 seed will pickle our number 9 seed, but that is Chaos Court. Court 2 is Chaos Court, and there very well could be a game 3 coming in that court. Let's check in with court 5, the 2 we have not introduced yet. Monica Wynn and Connor Mogul. We also call her Mani. Emphasis on the E.
Man-E.
Man-E. That's her nickname.
She did specify that on
she put it on there like that.
I've also known her for, I think I was at Belknap the first time she ever played pickleball, and I've never heard that be her
Oh,
nickname.
I call her Money all the time.
No. All right.
You're just not cool enough.
That could be.
Yeah, well, you know, she didn't put it on her this sheet this time, but she is known for her dancing background, which I attribute her quick feet to.
You can see that on the court.
She might do like a little pirouette, maybe like a little drop it down. She may or may not have taught your kids how to break dance.
I think they knew maybe before they met her, but we can give her that. That's all right.
And then
there are our other 2 Spring Arbor tennis alums.
Oh, yes.
So they were all played.
They all
tennis
stay
at Spring
together.
Arbor
She played
together.
with Nick last time. Monica really does not want to stray far from the Spring Arbor boys. So if you are a Spring Arbor tennis player, you could be her next partner.
Yeah, I think you got a long way to
You
go
got
though
a
to
long
pass
line,
those 2.
but you could put in your application.
Maybe.
She might give you a little bit of props for that.
You never
for
know.
sure. You never know. So she is playing with Connor Mogul, who has had success at the pro level. He is a Selkirk player. For those watching on Selkirk TV, he is sponsored by them. Plays in a lot of pro tournaments now. Kind of started last year and has really been playing in a lot. So
Both doubles and singles.
yeah,
right?
his weakness is mixed. Doesn't do a lot of mixed. So we'll see how he fares tonight.
I still think he did pretty well in TPNs last year in mixed, as I recall. But and I think he was playing a lot of pro singles when he first kind of came on the
Yes,
scene. I
I
think he's
think
playing less, but still has had some good results.
Yeah, really good results. Definitely a strong player. So that is a super tough team, one to definitely keep an eye on.
If you follow pro pickleball, you probably know Jack Foster. Connor had him on the ropes here at BCO a couple summers ago. That was his first pro singles tournament, I believe, and he did
He
play
just started playing
and
too.
played
Very long.
yeah, played really well against Jack. I think he lost 15-13 or 16-14, something like that.
He's made it to the main draw a few times in some frequent tournaments as well, which is a big deal for those of you that might not know the pro scene very well. There's so many people playing pro tournaments now. They have like pre-qualifiers, and then they have qualifiers, and then you get into the main draw. So they're working all week before they even get to the main draw to be in it. So it is very impressive when you can make it to the main draw, and it is something that a couple of these players here tonight have done, which is an amazing feat. So
I'm looking up his recent results. I'm seeing some with a Victoria.
oh no,
I don't know who.
yeah,
I don't know who that
just
person
ignore
is.
that.
I will scroll past those
She
results.
ruined it for him.
She hurt his duper a little bit, but we're.
I don't even think he had a duper yet, but that's okay.
Oh wait, that's a really old tournament that only just got put in? Is that the deal?
Yeah, that was before we played in Beer City together when he first started playing, and that was before Beer City, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
So you know,
very old.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I actually introduced him to pickleball. I taught him everything he knows. He's only doing well because of my guidance.
That sounds a little bit like your breakdance comment about Monica teaching my kids, but I'm just going to let that one go also. We're just going to roll right through this. But,
all right, so they have game point here. And they are, Downey and Kyle are able to fend that off, get the side out here. So let's see if they can get some more points on the board.
Kyle didn't say it, but I do think that the Franklin maybe doesn't quite play into his game quite as much. His serve has a lot of power and spin, and the Franklin will deaden some of that, but I still saw on that serve quite a bit of pace.
For sure, and
we're at a 9-8 on court 3. That's Chaos Court, right? 3 was it last year?
No, 2.
It was
court
2?
Always court 2.
All right. 3 threatening to take that title as it's 9-8, the 2 seed, Kildo and Romano.
And they were the first ones to start, and look at how close they've kept it the whole game as our 3 seed does come up here with game point. Let's check in with court 3.
Melissa Kildo serving. That's playing Sarita Schoenbeck and Ty Bruckner from Ann Arbor.
Oh, tough luck there on that
ball
one.
doesn't quite climb over the net. And Kildo and Romano take game 1, 11-8. But I think this one is going to be a tight match with evenly played out points for as long as it lasts. So
yeah, no one's getting off that court without working. Even if the score doesn't show it, those points are going to be long and very, very ground out and working hard.
I think you can apply those same sentiments to center court, where it's 9-7 Benting and Faltinowski, but we've had a lot of very long points. I expect this to be a grinder of a match as well.
And look at court 5 here as Downey and Kyle are still hanging on here. I did not say it. It wasn't my fault.
It was a little bit of a jinx. You gotta accept responsibility for at least a partial jinx there. Well, big shots from Jaron Faltinowski, who, again, you mentioned his
that paddle
backhand,
paddle,
but
that thing rips.
And he did that on his forehand side. He's also an avid table tennis player. So if you ever want
a little different style, which I think is hard for people that have not played him before, because he definitely has some shots that you don't really see a ton. And However, a lot of people in our area have played him before and know a little bit of what they're getting into there.
So they take game one, 11-7, and you saw a little bit of in those last couple of points of why they are such a tough team, complement each other very well.
Definitely.
Erica definitely, this is the type of player she likes to play with. She's able to set the table
Yep.
and let Jaron use his power
Let
and
him
his
eat.
length. Let him eat.
She sets the table and he eats. It's very very old school relationship vibes.
We don't. Pickleball mixed partnerships are, you do get some old school
Yeah,
in that, but
for sure.
in a good way.
In the best way.
It's all the healthy stuff
Yeah.
without all of the toxicity. I'd like to think for the
Absolutely.
most part. Depends on who you are. I don't want to speak for everybody, but for the most part.
I digress.
Yes, I digress. I don't want to get us kicked off of Pickleball Channel, so we will just focus on the sport now. It is 5-3.
Yeah,
our
let's go to
one
court
seed,
2 here.
9 seed coming out a little bit tougher in game 2. I did not think we would see a double pickle. I was surprised by that pickle in game 1. So.
Sometimes you just but it's what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes when you're playing a team, you've got a lefty, you've got a very talented player that has a lot of spin on the ball. Sometimes it just takes shots to figure out what you need to do to beat them, and that's the beauty of playing best 2 out of 3.
And Kristen also did mention when they were up here that they haven't played Mariano and Sophia as much recently,
Right,
so
yeah.
not as familiar with these two as they are maybe some of the other players on the court.
So sometimes it is just seeing the shots a little bit and then making adjustments. Sometimes you just don't have enough time.
And I do think Abelson and Ye were just
can't miss. Sometimes you just can't miss.
They were hot in game 1, and things were falling off the net tape, and you get some of those too. And they were very, very on in game 1, and that's a tough team when they are on because they both, as you can see from that overhead, they both strike the ball.
Yeah. There is some hitting power, and we've still got Monica and Connor on court 5. Still not able to finish it off, so that will be a side out, and Fernberg and Worthy will have a chance to get some more points on the board and potentially tie it up.
I mean, if you play enough pickleball, we've all been here where you just get stuck at 10 and you can't find that 11th point, or you're playing to 15 and you get stuck at 14. And
It's the last one is the hardest to get 100%.
And then the other team gets a chance to just kind of play their game, and you feel like you have some house money, and that's exactly what's happening here with Fernberg and Worthy, two players who are very experienced too, and certainly know that the game isn't over until you see those double ones and a big Downey serve.
Such a tough serve. I mean, and sometimes when you're playing indoors, the courts are just a touch smaller, so you don't have quite as much room to back up on that serve, and it can be an easy way to get a few points.
And there is another quick point, and we're at 9-10. It was, I believe, 10-3 at one point. Definitely 10-6 for a long time, and we're now 1 point away from tying this.
Good leave there from Mani.
Dances out of the way of that out ball. Man-E. I'll get it by the end of the broadcast. We also have a Mani in Grand Rapids pickleball, so you have to watch where you put the inflection, right? Otherwise, it's confusing.
Right, but we also have like 16 Matts, 18 Johns, and 20 Jeffs.
That's true.
And that will do it.
They
so
finally
they
just
do end up
sometimes
getting game
sometimes
one.
you just have to get you get that little pressure. The other team got to 9. And
Yeah, well, and sometimes the other team has nothing to lose, right? So you're just going on a run, and the other team is like, we can't mess up, we can't mess up. They change their game style in order to try to keep that from happening, and it doesn't always work out in the best way.
So tight matches all around, really, and which we expect now that we're into the second round.
Look at court 3. We've got our 7 seed up a little bit here in game 2, as we were just maybe saying.
Although they came out, I think, pretty strong in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And
then I think Nick and Melissa found a rhythm and went on a little run there.
We also, after getting pickled in game 1, our 9 seed is
Playing a
making
tight
it.
match.
Yep, it's 7. They're down 7-6, but going to keep it here for a moment.
Great patience by Ty there. That backhand ATP can sometimes be tricky for people because they just don't wait long enough. And when you have it two-handed, you really have to wait and whip the ball around because you can't just release and flick like some people can do. So really great shot from him.
Yeah, you mentioned his patience. He's one of those players where you watch him and he never looks stressed out. You look at, he's
No,
just
he looks
chilling
so
the
chill.
whole time.
I'm like, that needs to be me.
Whether he's in a firefight or he's hitting the third, everything just kind of looks so relaxed out there for him.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, very calm.
Wouldn't be me.
There's many different ways to play pickleball. People are a little more high-strung naturally than other people. I think you play to your personality a little bit, and
Oh, there's that lefty middle they forgot.
now what's funny is Sarita is one of those people where her personality is also extremely chill,
It is.
and her game is not.
No.
So she catches you a little bit.
She does, but I will say one of Melissa's favorite shots is the cross-court speed up. And when you're playing a lefty, it's a little less effective because she can kind of just hold her paddle out there and she can counter, she can block. It's just an easy shot for her to play off of.
And you saw the styles we're talking about there. Sarita ripped a two-handed backhand in the
Nasty.
middle of that point. That ball came back, but then Ty just kind of, a couple shots got thrown at him. He just kind of blocks it back.
Yeah, just gets up to the net.
And one of those people, I've played a couple people like that where
Let's head back to the volley
they
zone really quick.
block the ball back, and it's always in a spot that's always, it seems like it's just a little bit wrong for you, right? Like he's placing those blocks too. He's not just getting them back.
He's not just playing good defense. He's playing strong defense.
There we go. I'm figuring it out now. I know exactly what you mean when you say that. No explanation needed. But as this is a timeout, let's see if we can get back to the volley zone.
I would love to see court 2. I feel like we have a really close game on court 2. Yeah, let's get in on court 2 here. Oh, and he must have gone just out. For some reason I thought it was in.
Yep,
But
just wide of that line, and this is a game point.
game point here for number 1 seed.
Listen, Andy.
Catches the lefty there. A little bit on her backhand as she's like, yeah, I should have moved my feet a little more.
And Sophia also playing with Selkirk, by the way.
Yes.
So for those watching on Selkirk TV, we've got a second
The holy
Selkirk
Selkirk.
player. Yes. And that one just went.
misses
Yep.
that. But again, talking about how you got to wait really long if you hit a two-handed backhand ATP. It's just one of those things where you need a little extra time to get your arms around your body and really curve that ball into the net or around the net. And that's just a smart play from Mariano. I mean, he just knew exactly where he needed to put that ball.
A good poach from Zach. I think that was the right ball to go
Yeah,
on. He got one
definitely.
right up into his forehand, but Mariano able to redirect that one for a winner.
And with Sophia being lefty, Zach can't shoot that ball down the middle, right? So he has to think a little bit more about where he's putting that poach, and then it kind of went right into Mariano's paddle because he wasn't going to shoot it in the middle. And so it just makes it a much harder shot for him, even though it's the right shot.
Well, they do pick up a point there, so it's 7-10-2. Chambers and Reinhardt looking to catch up here and force a game 3.
And there's that strong dinking from Kristen, just super consistent, putting a little pace on it, really pushing that corner. She's really making Sophia hit her backhand and keeping her over on that backhand corner.
See if they can get into a slower dink point again. I think that's been effective for them.
Oh, tough luck on that one. It was a good look.
We saw the net tape help Mariano win in game 1. The 11th point came off the net cord, and as it tends to do, net cord finds a way to even itself out. And it takes one back here, so it's 9-10 now. 9-10 on the 2 for Chambers and Reinhardt.
They told me secretly in the interview they really want a game 3 here.
They did. They communicated
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly what they told
They
us.
Morse coded it to you.
Yeah, they just like tapped on my shoulder a little bit.
And as you see in our bottom right corner, Elders Helpers, one of our sponsors tonight, long-time supporter of
Super
pickleball.
loyal into our Grand Rapids community here and our pickleball community here. So we always appreciate seeing them as one of the sponsors.
And the original sponsor for Jace Landier. So,
Yes, very true.
took a chance on
when he was a baby.
Took a chance on a 4-year-old, and it's worked
working
out. Yep.
Yeah. And that will do it. So our number 1 seed does take down our number 9 seed in 2. We will talk to Sophia and Mariano soon. Let's go to championship court. We haven't checked in there recently.
Oh, and a lot's happened.
Yeah, so Julia and Sam have a lucky net cord. We like anti-jinx.
Mark that one down. We'll see if it comes back.
So they are definitely looking to go to a game 3. They are ready to rock and roll here as you see Jaren hold up the stay sign. So putting Erica on the left side there seems to work out for them.
That was all on a 1, apparently, so it's 9-3-2 as Henderson and Trent, they are trying to force a game 3. We've still yet to have a game 3 tonight.
Gotta get one.
Everybody's trying to get us to bed on time. It is a Thursday night.
Another net cord there. Oh, wow.
Very
Battle
well
of the
played.
paddle
Point. Yep,
techs.
they were definitely trying to dink it to Erica and keep her on that left, keep it away from Jaren in the middle, but he eventually finds his way into the point. Oh.
All right, so we have our first winners of the quarterfinals. We have Sophia Abelson and Mariano Yee here in the booth chatting with us. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Scooch in just a little bit towards us. There we go. Oh, look at those beautiful faces.
So beautiful.
Good thing you wore your
Yeah.
makeup today, right, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight. What was working well for you guys out there?
I think we had a strong start. We weren't making many mistakes, just keeping the ball in play, being aggressive. And I think it worked in our favor.
Yeah, you guys got a pickle in that first game against a really tough team.
Yeah.
What was your mindset after that pickle? Did you, with Zach and Kristen, they're obviously really good players. You probably thought, well, they're going to come back in game 2, and that's exactly what happened. So after the pickle in game 1, what were you thinking going into game 2?
Honestly, exactly that. They're great. We've played them before, not together. I haven't at least, but I know that they're both really good. And so, we came out strong, and that was good. But I just wanted to keep the pressure on. And yeah, that was a very tough second game. So they played great.
Have you guys played together frequently? Familiar with each other at all?
Not much. We played some red game, but not any tournament.
Yeah, that's our first tournament. But yeah, when I moved back to Michigan, Mariano introduced me to people, so I was playing with him a little bit, and that's how we met.
Okay, great.
Where did you move in from?
I was actually in Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from here originally,
I
but
just went to Buffalo last weekend.
oh no way! Yeah, I was there the year with like the 2 6-feet snowstorms. So
Oh, of course.
it was fun. It was a fun time.
Did you pick up pickleball in Buffalo or in Michigan?
Buffalo. Yeah. So
I
I
had to do something indoors.
exactly.
That's
So
true,
and
yeah.
that's you got to meet people when you move to a new place. So
That's
that was my strategy.
So what do you think about the competition in Michigan and here in Grand Rapids versus what you were experiencing in Buffalo?
Competition's great. There's some really, really good talent, really good players. And I'm like still meeting people, so it's great. Everyone's really solid.
We have to ask. We haven't asked you guys yet. How do you like playing with the Franklin? New ball to TPN this year.
I actually really like it. I think it's a better ball. It's just slow, but once you get used to it, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't play enough to even like really pay attention to the different balls. So like just give me a ball, I'm fine. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I like it so far. It worked well this game, so we'll take it.
Keep it going.
Yeah,
keep it going.
exactly.
All right, guys. Well, you are moving on, and you will play the winner of.
I keep bringing down the
Get
bracket.
your bracket device
so
out,
there's,
please.
Yep. All right. I got to go all the way to Facebook to
Oh my
find
gosh.
the bracket. Do you guys know who you play next?
No.
I think we play the winner of Sam's match and Jaren right here.
I
could be wrong,
looks
though.
like, yes, that is the case.
All right. Yeah.
Look at
So.
that.
So we'll let you watch
Yeah,
and
we'll let
scout
you
them out
watch.
and pick out some tips, and hopefully we'll see you back up here again.
Yeah.
Good
luck,
Awesome.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
So we do have a result. Our 6th seed forces a game 3. So we'll have our first game 3 of the night as Fernberg and Worthy come back, win 11-3 in game 2.
Oh.
And we're going to have another game 3.
Oh, yeah. We love game 3s.
Right.
I mean, if one's going to do it, we might as well get them all
We
doing
might
it,
as well.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
So
At that point, we just want more pickleball.
We give Mariano and Sophia get an extra time to rest now and scout out this 3rd game, see what they can pick up.
And it does.
We might be going 3 here
Yeah.
also.
You know what? Like I said, get them all.
Lock in if you're watching tonight. Maybe cancel some morning appointments. Tell your boss you're going to be in late because we might be in for a long one this evening. But that's what we like. These are very good, exciting matches.
And there it is. A similar score line there, too. And that is exciting. I mean, that point right there, it just shows a little bit of a style change with the players. All the players on the court were playing a little bit of a slower game. Sometimes when it's tight at the end like that, people tend to do that. I also think that the Franklin is causing people to maybe switch their strategies just a little bit.
And you got to, I mean, shout out to Sarita. We keep talking because she put it in her bio that she likes chaos and she likes power, and you can see that she can do that. But she adjusted really well there and showed that she can get up to that kitchen line. She can dink it out. She's
got the consistency too.
Yep. Consistent dinker. We haven't said that yet.
Oh,
so
we're up to 3.
We're 3 different ways to say somebody's a capable dinker.
4.
That's 4. Really good dinking.
We already said that.
Yeah, I know. I was mocking myself because we're going to say that a lot of you. If you're going to watch every week, there's only so many ways Tori and I can say it's a good third or a good put away or a good
We haven't
dink.
even
So
talked about thirds, to be honest.
They haven't been a factor. People are
too consistent.
Yep.
They're just getting up to the net, and then it's kind of playing out there, which is just
Although,
some good pickleball.
I think that's a little bit of the Franklin too, because people can't hit as aggressively on returns.
Yep.
The ball, you can absorb this ball more and
You're
hit
almost better off
thirds.
just hitting a loopy high third, getting to the net, and then playing out the points from there, for sure.
Also more able to kind of handle fifths as you're working your way in. So I think that's a little bit of why we haven't talked about it much. Everybody's hitting good thirds.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of points being played at the net, which is pretty exciting.
So they are playing to move on, punch a ticket to the finals, and also accumulate points. That'll help them get to the finals. But if you win tonight, you do also get $800.
I don't know. Last year, Connor couldn't pay his rent, so maybe this year he can pay his rent and potentially will use that money towards something else.
He said that, but then he won a lot. So I'm guessing.
So he might be able to do something else.
I'm guessing the landlord was happy. Maybe he can put it towards a down payment. Maybe he won't have to pay rent. Maybe you can build some equity there. With a last name like Mogul. You got to be good with money.
Yeah, totally. Like a business mogul. Yeah. And, word on the street is if Monaco wins, she's taking everyone to 76th Street Diner and getting them cookie skillets.
Oh.
So too bad you're vegan, but, better luck next time.
It's okay.
So, they have
I'll come
lots of
along
plans.
just to hang out and with a last name like Win.
You have to win.
Yeah.
All I do is
Mogul
win,
and
win.
Come on.
And her nickname is Money, almost like money.
But then also you have to prove that you're worthy. So what is going to happen here?
Yeah,
There's
they got a lot of pressure on them.
Somebody's last name is going to disappoint.
Just from their names, they just gotta keep it together. But again, I mean, even here with a lot of powerful players on this court, we are seeing a ton of net play.
I actually saw Downey and Monica doing that exact dinking in a very viral point that was on the kitchen.
Oh yes,
They
I
moved
remember
the 2 players
that
on there.
from the Belknap overlook.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a crazy point.
It's like, wow, I know those people. Back to the all-in volley zone.
We have started all of our game threes, and we have 2 similar score lines here in the game threes as well. At 2-0 and Court 3 and Championship Court. Let's head to Championship Court. I feel like we haven't watched them a ton in this series.
There's some good play there from Julia Henderson. Went behind Jaren.
Causing that pop up, trying to keep him home. Jaren is long and strong, so it is a good play to try to keep him honest, keep him on his line, because he can take up a lot of space.
Which he does there. And that's a
Hits
little
his
bit of
little
a
rolly
tootsie
roll.
roll. Yeah.
That was like a running roll.
It was, and it was very forward more than his
Yeah.
typical kind of, he
Like
does
a
like a
flicky flick.
windshield
Yeah.
wiper type of flick, but you know, there's different flavors of Tootsie Rolls.
And hitting behind him again is Sam as he places that ball very well. Then he forces the side out there.
Sam and Julia, a very athletic team, cover a lot of court. And Sam
Move
plays
really well.
Yep, move really well. And Sam plays a good amount of singles as well. Some fine defense there from Erica Benting, and then
And
some
she turns it into offense.
We talked earlier about Ty and his kind of on-court calm. That was a classic Erica. I'm just going to handle a couple, just going to absorb a couple of strong drives right at me, and then find the right time to attack.
Yep. And she's also, we got to give a shout out to her court glasses. They wear free sunglasses that she popped the lens out of.
Yep.
So protect your eyes out there. And she knows being a little bit more of a defensive player, people are prone to attacking her a little bit more. So,
but didn't like the glare from the lenses.
yeah,
so
exactly.
She
So she found the best of both
and
worlds.
they're very stylish
Yeah,
too. There's not
she a little stylish
yeah.
mama out there.
There's not a ton of sports glasses that are also stylish. She found the right intersection.
Absolutely. Another one of our sponsors back again from last season is DGF Pickleball Court Solutions. And they help you with all of the things you need to know if you are building a pickleball
What does
court.
DGF stand for? Because it can't be what I think. Do we know? We'll find out.
Down, ground, front.
That's better than what I thought. But our good friend, Mr. Jeff Howlett, runs that. He is sometimes part of these broadcasts as our stats guy. No stats tonight, so you have to crunch your own numbers. But Jeff does a really, really good job. Also an outstanding pickleball teacher if you need somebody to
Team
help you with your
engaged.
game. Yes. Team engaged.
Have a couple of engaged players out here today.
Yep.
So,
Jeff
so
sold me
thank
my
you.
first engage.
Thank you, DGF Pickleball Solutions, for sponsoring.
And so what that company does while we have a timeout, he helps people who are putting in courts, especially multiple courts, make sure that they make sense, which doesn't sound like much, but then you go to some
Very
of these park
important.
courts and where the fence opening is doesn't make sense, where the gathering area is doesn't make sense. You play at these places and you're like, why are there so many balls rolling across courts when they have
or you
fences?
Can't get to courts.
Or you can't get to
People
the
are
courts.
always walking through your court. And
Yes. So Jeff helps you, before you spend all this money to surface courts and put in fences, Jeff helps you make sure that it makes sense. So
Yeah, important, very important work. Let's tune in on court 5 as we had a side switch and our 6 seed is up on our 2 seed here.
very interesting after, they came out, lost game 1, won game 2 in really quite dominant fashion. And then now the 6-5 lead. We flip sides, even though no real elements here, but
I disagree with that.
that there's no elements.
I like looking at the back wall more than the courts behind me.
Okay. I stand corrected. But there's no wind. There's no sun.
There is no wind and there is no sun.
But there
Just
is a wall.
background-
There is a
background
wall,
things.
and there is other courts, which.
Right. Yes. But yeah. So interesting enough, Monica is actually on day 1 of 3 of Moneyball tournaments. So she plays today and Thursday night, premiere night, and then she'll play tomorrow in a Mishawaka tournament, women's, with actually Erica on championship court. And then on Saturday, she will play with Connor again in another Moneyball mixed event at that same tournament. So
I don't remember
big weekend for her.
Monica and Erica playing together in a tournament
They've
before.
played together quite a few times this summer. They actually got gold at the APP in Cincinnati.
They
5-0.
did. That's right. That's right. Yep. And I can see that. They have very complementary styles.
Yes. Oh, she's too fast.
Too fast. Just a little bit ahead of that one.
So yeah, they so big weekend for her. She can, if her and Connor can take down the number 6 seed, but it is not going to be an easy task for them.
That's a several money. That's a lot of rent being paid. I don't know what her rent
She might
situation
be able to pay rent
is,
for
but
3 months.
That's
Oh,
a-
a great shot from
yes.
Kyle. As he was talking, it's funny, he was talking that he couldn't spin the ball quite as well, but that looked like he got a really good grip on that one.
Yeah, you know, he says that, but I've been watching him serve, and I've been watching him rip forehands, and I think the ball
I
is
think
spinning
it's
plenty.
sitting just right. Especially he plays with a little bit of a faster paddle. And so sometimes I feel like the Franklin benefits people with a faster paddle because it can sit on there just a little bit longer, which allows you to just, if you play with a lot of spin, you can come over the ball a little bit easier. And it's not absorbing too much into your paddle, but more than a ball like a Dura would. So sometimes I think it does help a little bit.
He's got the white version of the black ace.
And just really quick hands there from Connor as he's able to fend off that attack and get the side out back. So they are looking to get some points on the board here as they are still down in game 3.
Oh, thought he found that line again, but ball was called out.
We don't always have the best view from...
Oh, wait. I think it maybe
Oh,
got overruled.
Did it get overruled?
Monica's going to serve now. Yep.
All right.
So it did get overruled. I thought that ball hit the line from our angle.
Yeah, from our angle it did look good.
And our ref was right in a great position to make that call. And looks like they got that sorted out.
Yeah, Kyle is really working that backhand line of Connor's, and it is very effective for him. It's been working very well.
Well, I think, yeah, when you have a player like Connor who can get to so many places on the court and wants to get into the middle, keeping him out on that wide line. Effective so far for Worthy and Fernberg.
As no one scored since we've been watching.
I was wondering about that. I was like, is the score not getting
since we've been
updated? Or we just
just a lot of side outs happening here. So just a really gridlock game out here.
I did tell everyone to lock in for the night, and so
Yes.
we might
Lock in,
be going for a while.
Yeah, he warned you, people. Cancel those morning appointments.
Maybe get another snack if you're a late night eater. We've Tori and I
discussed this.
have already discussed off air that we are not nighttime eaters.
Yeah, no more pizza for us.
But
as we have another side out without a score change. And, game 3 here on Championship. Let's tune into Championship quick.
Again, every time we turn away from this match, we come back and a boatload of points have been scored. So Benting and Faltanowski, after dropping game 2, seemingly right the ship here, but
Julia and Sam did cause a side out here as they try to go on a run of their own and potentially tie it up here.
That pesky 11th point escaped them. And
Oh, great look from Julia. Just misses, but
it was
really
there.
Smart shot, yeah.
Yep, it was open. How many times a day in rec pickleball do you think the words "it was so there" gets yelled?
Well, if I'm playing every shot that I miss.
Oh, yeah. There's never a bad shot.
No,
it was
I don't take
absolutely
bad
there.
shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It was there.
Doesn't matter if it hits the back wall. It was
I
still
just
the right
missed
shot.
the shot. Just know that I missed the shot,
Correct.
but it was there. You left it open
My
for me.
decision making wasn't in question. And Sharon finishes off with a strong backhand.
That one was very there, yes.
He's been doing a lot of those running shots. It's working well for him.
Well, he noted in his bio that his mile time is on his in his bio. He sent this. It says,
Let's hear it.
I'm not sure exactly what to put here. I once ran a 6:36 mile.
Does that mean he still runs a 6:36 mile?
I'm like super fast. Not that anybody needed to know that. I think that might be tongue in cheek. 6:36 is pretty good, but it's not like blazing fast.
Yeah, I
but
think the marathon runner that just set the record was like running 5-minute miles.
I think it was a little bit of a troll on us that he's like, I'm really fast. 6:36 mile, beat that.
I mean, I think anything less than a 7-minute mile is like pretty solid.
I also think when you have the wingspan of an albatross, you don't have to be that fast. He's fast enough. We're back to the birds.
We'll
I
have
don't
to
know if you
ask
remember
him
the
about
birds
it. Yeah,
from season
I
1,
do.
but you didn't know what an albatross
I
was
know.
in season 1.
I'm so educated now, though. Thank goodness for this broadcast.
You get birds, and you get technology ethics, and you get synonyms for good and strong, and it's just a very educational. We've got
and there goes Cerrito
you know,
with that
we've been
lefty.
on. We figured we got on Selkirk TV and Pickleball Channel this year. Maybe we'll be on PBS next year with how educational this program is.
That could be true.
Yep.
You know, we would do well there.
We
Very
would.
calming voices. We could teach the children lots of things.
NPR Pickleball could do that. It's 8-6, Schoenbeck and Bruckner.
And 8-6 as the 2 seed
And
did
they
pull ahead.
came back, yeah.
So as soon as we left, everyone scored points. That seems to be the thing. Maybe we just should have blank screens and everyone will just score points.
Yeah. Turns out.
Unlucky net cord there in court 3. I kind of want to keep it at both, though. And with the score so tight. Oh,
9-6 now.
9-6. All right, maybe we should go into court 5 again.
Big run for them since our last name jokes. I think that was a big
I think
key.
they heard us secretly.
Yep. You can't be named win and lose, and you can't be named mogul and be bad with money. That's what we've established.
And losing is bad with money.
And losing, yes. It all is coming together.
And we will get a timeout, and we will go back to court 2. Court 3. And as we go to court 3, we also have our first semifinalists coming in the booth to talk to us, Erica Benting and Jaron Faltanowski.
Yes, you do put on the
So
headset.
just put on the other way.
Not
There you go.
backwards. That's
You want the mic in front of your mouth
they're,
so
you know,
we can hear your
they're-
beautiful voices.
They're here for their pickleball ability, not their talking, but we're going to put them on.
All right, so congratulations to Jaron Faltanowski and Erica Benting on your first win of the season.
Thank you.
Big wave. Yes, hold up the hand that hit the winning shot.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. Oh, it was the other one.
Yeah, it was a backhand.
It was a backhand.
There it
Yep,
is. There
yep.
it is.
Running backhand, which we hear you are super, super fast at running.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And we'd love to know if you can still run a 6:30 mile.
Heck no, I haven't ran since then.
We also wondered if you
disappointed.
were aware that a 6:36 mile is pretty fast, but
Is
not
it?
like really, really fast.
Okay, I'll take
You're-
a little bit above average, maybe.
Okay, yeah, no, I think it's pretty, like it's good.
Okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It's great.
Awesome.
Erica, what
Yeah.
are you at?
Like 8s.
Ooh,
That's not
you know,
even.
that's not bad.
No. That's
hey,
really
you're a
slow.
grandma, so that's good.
Yeah.
We promised not to say that on the broadcast.
She wrote. She wrote on her bio.
Oh, she
very
did.
old.
But she didn't say grandma. You did write
did
old
old.
in the box.
did.
Okay,
That's
see,
valid.
that's fair game.
Yep.
Fair game.
Gosh.
Listen, I got the facts on the sheet.
We're gonna try not to ask you any questions about your match. We're just gonna talk about your mile running and
Oh,
your
this is great.
your age. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing that. What's your? We know you're playing with Monica pretty soon. What's your dance background?
Cheering.
Cheering.
Like cheering
Oh,
for
so
the
she's got
dancers.
some.
Oh, cheering for the
For
dance.
the
Yeah.
dancers.
Okay.
Like
No,
yay
nothing.
mom cheering
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
a big high kick cheering?
No, like
Oh,
A golf
clapping.
clap.
So
golf
not
clap cheering.
okay. That's we've gotten really far away from dancing. Then, Jaron, you run a 6:36 mile. Do those feet also dance? Do you have a little?
Heck, not even
No,
close.
not
Nope.
even close.
Not
Okay.
even a Fortnite dance. Nothing.
Not even
I
a
got nothing for you guys.
Okay. All right. Let's ask them a pickleball question. Do you have
Okay.
a pickleball question
Yeah,
for them?
sure.
Yeah.
What was working for you guys in that game?
not hitting to Sam.
Yeah, that's always a really wise
That was the
decision.
strategy.
That was game 2. Let's try
So-
hitting to Sam.
Right. Honestly, it was actually going back to Sam towards that third game,
Yeah.
just because he
Keep
was a
him
little
honest.
bit cold. So I was actually hitting more my returns to Sam, just because Julia's thirds were money. They're lightning. So just to change up that rhythm, go to Sam a little bit, worked out in our favor.
Yeah, that's funny because when we asked Sam what the strategy was, he said don't hit it high to Jaren, which I don't think they did a ton of, but you did a good job of hitting balls that weren't high. You made him pay for those too. So what's the key moving forward? What do you guys have to do in the next match?
Oh gosh, that's a very good question. A question I cannot answer. So we will have to go a little bit more improv on that and try to
We're
figure
gonna
it out.
pull out the bracket here.
I apologize for asking you a pickleball question. We'll go back to the questions about running, and I can't pull it up right
it's
now.
Mariano and Sophia.
Oh,
They
okay.
knew. Oh, that's right.
Have
We
you
knew
guys
that.
matched up against them? Familiar with their games?
We played one game to start. That was not really.
That's okay. Warm-ups.
Oh, the warm-up
Warm-ups
game.
are warm-ups for a reason.
Oh,
yes.
so did have a chance to get a little strategy?
You don't want to reveal all your secrets in warm-up, so especially build their confidence.
Have you played
so
you
now
played
we're
that
coming
much?
in with a new strategy.
Especially Sophia, because she's
lefty.
somewhat. I think she said she moved back to Michigan, so maybe she hasn't played in as many things. Have you played against her much?
I played with her or against her. I think state games. Did you and I play? I forget.
I've
It was
never.
probably a year and a half or 2 years ago. It was probably the last time I played her, but obviously very, very solid. Like her forehand just lightning fast. Like don't hit it high to. I mean Mariano too, but especially Sophia, just rockets.
Hard to real deceptive.
Yes.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. We're looking forward to watching that game play out, and we'll hopefully see you up here in the booth again.
Yay! All right.
Thanks.
Later. Thank you.
Yeah. And we are into game 3, and after building a lead, Schoenbeck and Bruckner came out to a quick lead, but Kildo and Romano have caught up now, and they had a look at a game point there that was held off.
Oh, that's too good. Lefties, those dang lefties, always in the middle, I tell you what.
That is a very Sarita shot
And
right there.
I think Connor and Monica did end up pulling out the game 3 win there at the end, if I saw correctly. So,
I believe they did, yes. So they are.
So they will probably be coming up to show. Oh, yep, there they are. So they did come out and win that one. Oh, so they never got out the side change. See, the side change, it did mess with them. I'm telling you. And we are at 10-10 on our last game 3 here to get into the semifinals. So, like we said, this one was going to be really close. It was going to be a grind, and it's definitely different patterns when, like I said, one of Melissa's really good tools is her cross-court speed up, but that is going right into Sarita's forehand typically. So it is a little bit of a different strategy change, and especially on the switch and things, she might be causing a little bit of issues for him there. So
How about those two being meeting in 4-0 just about a year ago? So if you are coming,
they are not in 4-0 anymore.
So if you are coming here to All In Pickleball Gym leveled play, and you're in the 3-5-4-0 group right now, look at what they've accomplished in a year.
It could be you.
Yeah, this could be you next year. I'm being serious about that. They've come quickly gone from 4-0 group rec play to TPN and playing very well in TPN. So, keep drilling.
And if you have curly hair, it helps.
Keep curly. And if you know when to chill and when to be aggressive on the court and off the court, it does help. And a long-time tennis background.
And maybe playing college tennis, but, maybe not.
That ball sat up there for Kildo. She had a good look at it.
She did.
It goes into the net, and now we go from a game point on the other side to a game point on this side, 11-10, and they're still on the 1.
Oh, it was a good look.
A lot of good, strong, capable dinking.
It's funny as I watch them play, and I have played this team before of Ty and Sarita, but it's interesting because and they do pull it off here. So our number 7 seed does upset our number 3 seed, as we said is very possible in this game. I mean, they're a very strong team. They're looking good. They've had great results together. So that is about as tight of matches as you can get, and that was just quarterfinals, my friends.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to watch out for that 7 seed.
And they're going to play Connor Mogul and Monica Wynn.
Yeah, it's going to be a
the
tough
Mogul
one
Win
for
team.
sure. And I will say I've played them, like I was saying before, and you almost want to hit the ball to tie because Sarita is so aggressive and you can't always tell her she's going to hit the ball. She's a lefty. But Ty is just so consistent, it's like deceiving. Like you think you're going to be able to beat him on things and he just doesn't miss much. And then Sarita just can come in and, you know, put the ball where you don't think it's going. And it's just a really tough team to play. And it shows right there that they've beat two very, very good seasoned players. And that was a great match for them. So we will be talking to them soon. We should be talking to Connor and Monica soon. Or sorry, Moni as well. We got Mogul and Moni.
We're going to have a bottleneck here of winner interviews.
Yeah, we might have to actually talk about pickleball, but who knows?
Although the later we go in the bracket, it may be harder to get them up here because they got to get ready
Yeah,
for the next round.
We are now finished with all of our game 3s, so we should be getting everyone back out here on the court. You see the bracket here on the screen again, so you can kind of see who's moving on. So on our first bracket, we'll have Sophia and Mariano, and they are playing
Erica and
Jaren. And then we'll have Sarita and Ty playing Monica and Connor, as we just mentioned. So both going to be really good matches, and I think they will play them simultaneously on 1 and 2.
But 3 of the 4 teams that had a bye won, so did not hurt them.
No.
And they maybe it helped them in some ways, but they did a good job making sure they were ready to play. So 3 of the 4 top seeds are through, along with our 7th seed current bracket buster of Schoenbeck and Bruckner. And we do have some guests coming back up to the booth. It is All In Pickleball Gym Thursday premiere night. And we are playing for $800 and a place in the finals. And we have our 7th seed is back up here in the booth. You guys can pick up those headsets.
Yeah, so our big bracket busters are our first interview up here, back again. They just really liked talking on the mic, so they decided to come back for more.
Just
super excited about it.
Love being on camera and love talking. And
can't figure out how to put on the headset, but that's okay. You're still good at pickleball. All right, guys. So we have Sarita and Ty back in the booth with us as they have just upset the number 3 seed? 3 seed, I believe. Yeah.
Yep, 3
so
seed.
big win for you guys. Congratulations.
Grinder of a match. And you had to fight off a match point. So what was going through your head in game 3? What did you guys talk about in order to get the job done?
I think their strategy was just kind of keep doing what we're doing. For me, I was just trying to get my breath back and stay in it, not get too tired. There's a lot of running.
Yeah, there were some long points definitely in that last match.
And what do you guys have to do moving forward? Is it continue? Just keep playing your game, keep playing aggressively, keep is there anything that you feel like you need to change up, or just kind of keep the momentum going here?
Hopefully just keep it going. I mean, I don't know. This is like a really good team that we play next. So.
Have you played them much before?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, we've played Monica, but with someone else. I haven't played
Connor too much?
Connor. I have not played Connor. No.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be a good one. You guys, it's going to be a grinder. I think all of these end matches are. Everyone is really skilled at once you start getting up to the semis and finals. Not that every team here isn't, but yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
So we've been asking some non-pickleball questions. Sarita, you mentioned a long break from sports. I think, what were you doing in those 20 years?
I had a career and then I had kids, and that took up 20 years, I guess.
Kids will do that. Kids will
do that. Now they're a little older, so I can go have a hobby again.
They will suck up 20 years.
Well,
It's
they're
pretty
not
quickly.
that old. 10 years with my work, and then 10 years with kids and work, and now that they're a little bit older, I can do things that I like to do.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You like taking time for yourself. And Ty, it says you played football. How does that translate to pickleball? Do you use anything that you learned in football?
I would say definitely footwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played receiver.
So you had to be quick.
In college or high school, or both?
Both, yeah.
Both. Where'd you play college football?
McAllister. It's a school
in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I know McAllister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Not many people do, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of McAllister.
We should have guessed.
We should have guessed.
Because of Dinker.
It would have, McAllister would have been very low on the list. We would have been here all night with me trying to guess that. Well, I know that your opponent is warming up. We don't want to hold you guys anymore. We'll let you get back down there, but good luck the rest of the tournament.
Yeah,
and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
we'll see if the opponents come and talk to us.
I'm hard to stump on college football teams, so.
Oh, we should have said Go Lions. You think he's a Vikings fan?
I don't know if he's from Minnesota or he went there just to play football and came back. I think he's from Michigan and then left to go to Minnesota.
Well, if he's
and then
coming
come
back,
back.
we gotta ask.
We do have to. We should find out.
It's very important information.
Yeah. Are you a Lions fan?
Of course I'm a Lions fan. What kind of question is that?
I mean, I'm not, so I wanted to know.
Well, that's just disappointing.
Oh.
It's kind of like you being vegan.
It's what do you hold against me more, the team I root for or my eating habits?
I'm not quite sure.
Both. Sam is wearing a Steelers shirt tonight. Steelers fan. So extra points for him in my book. I do believe he eats meat though. I won't subject you to the ethics of why I believe it's cruel to root for the Lions.
Okay. Well, I won't tell you why I think it's cruel you don't eat meat. Or cheese.
Lions fans and factory farming, two of the biggest evils in my world. I'm kidding. No, I am rooting for a Lions Steelers Super Bowl. And I may or may not have a FanDuel bet on it. So
Of course you do.
let's go.
But coming soon to FanDuel, Thursday premiere night.
I think there might be an underground
Like the black
TPN,
market?
yeah, amongst GRPC members, but can't find it on FanDuel.
So it looks like Championship Court will be our number 2 seed playing our number 7 seed. And then on Court 2, we'll have our number 1 seed playing our number 4 seed. So we will continue to kind of try to flip back and forth between the matches, maybe play or stay in a little bit of this all-in volley zone. With only 2 matches, it's a little bit easier to track. I will say, though, if you are joining us, each court has its own individual stream. So if you want to watch just Court 2, you can find that stream separately.
Or the consolation matches.
And that's what I was getting to.
Oh.
You didn't need to interrupt me.
I mean, I didn't. You were taking a long time to get there.
So the other teams that have lost are out of the money run. However, they are playing for points, which are important if you'd like to play for the big money at the end of the season. And so they are all playing on courts still, trying to get wins in, and they each have their own stream, again, as we mentioned before. So if you are looking for a particular player, you can find each individual stream online.
There you go. Congratulations, you got all that out.
That was
Particular. Particular. That's
Words
right.
are hard.
Words are tough, but it is. It's episode 1, so we'll get into mid-season form
We'll get in the.
pretty
Can
soon.
you even believe it's season 2? That's crazy.
I cannot. This snuck up on us pretty fast. It feels like it was just summer, but
I also
here we
feel
are.
like it's been so warm this fall that it's weird that we're playing inside because I've like been playing outside the entire time essentially.
Yeah, I have not really migrated inside yet either.
Yeah, so we are going to go straight over here to Court 2. On the far side of the court, we have Erica Benting and Jared Faltinowski playing. And on the close side of the court, we have Sophia Abelson and Mariana Yee playing. That is our number 1 seed. And they were the only people that did not play 3. So we will see how that turns out for them.
I will show some restraint, by the way, on linking why I eat the way I eat and why it's so warm outside. So we'll just talk about what's on the court. If you at home could see the look Tori just shot me, she just stared a hole right through me, a hole that would make Selkirk Paddles proud.
Shout out to Selkirk TV.
And Selkirk, and shout out to Sophia Abelson and her Selkirk paddle on that, right on time.
Right on time as she whips that ball for a winner. She hits with such an interesting slice. We talked about this last season. I think she played 1 or 2 events, and even just on her serve, it's like an undercut slice. It's not necessarily a typical slice that a lot of these ex-tennis players come in hitting. It's just a little bit different, and I think, again, with that lefty look where you kind of can't tell quite where they're going to put it, it's not a normal pattern. It definitely comes in hot as they are up 5-0 here to start out the match.
And Mariano gets his net cord love back. But yeah, I can see that where her ball comes from, Sophia's ball comes from a little bit of a different angle. And it's got different spin on it.
You can kind of almost play with like an open face a little bit more, but then she like tucks it in right at the end and just puts a little bit something on it.
There's that Erica Benton lob that we talked about, but Sophia ready for it.
She was. She backed right up off that line.
And having 2 forehands in the middle doesn't hurt that
no.
either.
You can be a little more confident with your shot selection there, knowing you have someone to cover you if needed.
So big start here from our 1 seed.
And that's a big overhead from Jaren there. Shooting off that paddle tech rocket ship. That's what I like to call it.
The paddle tech rocket ship. Yeah, that is it does appear to hit the ball very hard. Not that Jaren can't hit the ball hard,
he
but
can.
there is some noticeable velocity coming off of the face of that.
A lot of people have transitioned to this paddle recently, and some people that might not typically hit the ball as hard definitely have gained a little bit of power with that baby.
I don't like that, but no, shout out to Paddle Tech, another Michigan paddle manufacturer from Niles, one of the earlier
lots of
paddle
lakeside paddle companies, huh? Maybe they need that Great Lakes water. Maybe that's the key to a good pickleball paddle.
I don't know if it is or not, but maybe somebody from when we get Hugh and Sophie on, we can ask them about the role of water in there.
Has that too, doesn't he? He just put the ball away real nice right there. So
the paddle tech. Yeah.
So there are quite a few of them out.
And he also appears to. I think I see some weighted tape, some lead tape on his. So that probably helps add to the power as well.
I cannot believe when people tell me they play with like an 8-9 paddle. My wrist breaks just thinking about that. That is wild to me.
I think some of the tennis players are used to swinging something a little bit heavier.
Totally. That's crazy. Because eventually you're only playing pickleball and,
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly if you have like elbow and wrist issues, the heavier paddle is not in your best interest, but not hurting Mariano so far.
He is loving it.
Yep.
Get a little close-up of Erica serving the ball up right there.
Though I think last year, Erica and Jaren were one of the teams that had one of those big comebacks, where they were a very hard team to put away.
Yeah.
Because they will just kind of keep playing their game.
Did they win an event last year? Maybe? They're very close.
I don't want to speak out of turn. They were definitely always
always
late
in
into the draw.
Yeah, for sure. Because eventually you kind of have to start playing with different partners, too. I think you can only win 2 events, potentially, maybe, together, and then you have to split the partnership up. So, yeah, it was definitely 2 people that were always in the mix in some way for the most part. So.
I do remember Erica ended up playing with, I think, Zach a little bit at the end of last season.
Yeah. So big lead here as our number 1 seed does get the side out there.
And there's Jaren being
Moving
big
the ball
in the
up
middle.
for him.
The albatrossing in the middle. And
working on his cardio to get his mile time down a little bit. Not a bad look by Erica. She just missed that. Very close in the back line there. But great lead from Sophia, honestly. It's a hard ball to get out of the way of. So.
And because with them being on defense here, flipped around with their backhands in the middle.
They haven't been switching a ton. They do every once in a while, but they also stay quite a bit. And, I mean, it's been working for them.
It has been working. Yeah, if you can play without having to be moving, I think, like that.
Oh,
wow.
That's just too good. I mean, that drop from Sophia was nasty.
It was
that thing. I didn't even think that was going over the net.
And then when you have someone like Mariano coming in with that powerful
he's so
forehand.
athletic too. Like that's just crazy. That's scary.
So much snap on that shot he hit.
But see, this is the thing. Like Erica and Jaren are playing great defense, but it's giving Mariano and Sophia enough time to hit one more ball to place it. So these winners that they're hitting after these defensive saves are all like having to be very well placed. It's not necessarily just putting the ball away, because I think the Franklin kind of takes that option away. And so you really have to stay in the point and focus and find the winning angle to get these wins.
Well, they were the only team that really said that they like or prefer the Franklin.
Yeah.
Everybody else who either didn't like it or was indifferent. They actually were the team that said that they like it, and so far you can see why. They're playing.
Even just right there,
Yeah.
just, reading that she's off her line just a little bit, but still leaning, and then being able to slide it past her without getting in Jaren's forehand territory, like, that's a beautiful shot. And it's a tough shot to do at that pace. Like, he's just poking that ball.
So when you have an athletic team that can crack the ball, as our 1 seed is, and they're on a hot streak of just not missing, there's only so much you can do. I actually think, I was going to say, Erica and Jaren playing well. Like, they're not playing bad
their
pickleball.
defense is amazing. It's just the defense is hard when you're giving them enough times to, again, they're on the offense and they're on the defense. So eventually one of their defensive shots is going to be able to be placed by an offensive team that's that aggressive. So I think they need to try to maybe stay a little more offensive. I know that's not technically their game, but it might keep Sophia and Mariano a little bit off the line, a little bit more on their toes, and maybe try to force some errors out of them.
So 1 seed, Abelson and Yee with a big 11-1 win. I have a feeling game 2 won't be as easy, though.
I
yes.
agree. I think they've seen it. Like they said, Erica and Jaren have not played them frequently, and sometimes just knowing that someone you're playing is playing, a lot of pro pickleball is a little bit intimidating, and a lefty is something you don't always see every day in Grand Rapids. A female lefty, we have one that plays in the summer, and that's about it.
And I just don't think that
just a different look.
Erica and Jaren, just not a team that I've seen lose 2 games
No, they don't
back
like
to
to give
back
up.
that are that wide of a margin. So I think they'll, whether win or lose game 2, I expect it to be closer.
And, two very good pickleball minds as well. So they can, break down the game a little bit, try different strategies, and work on things. They're not just going to go out like they did in that first game. They're going to try to switch things up a little bit.
Yep. And not two people who will not let that game affect them either. Some people,
Right.
it's hard to get out of a funk. They are 2 very positive players. They play well together.
Yes,
so I
good
think
teammates,
that'll
supportive teammates.
that'll help them. And we are
off
and
to the
running.
races
Yep.
on championship court with our 2
Mani
seed.
with a
Mani Mogul.
Mani Mogul. That's
It's a
pretty.
good name.
It is
Honestly,
a good
we
name.
we should talk to Connor about future kid names.
Mani Mogul sounds like more of like a rapper more than a kid name, but
Or
could
a
work
dog.
too. Yeah. Or a dog.
Mani Mogul.
I don't know about that. I don't know what you're naming your dogs, but
My dogs are very good names.
your dogs do have good names. So that's why Mani Mogul as a dog name surprised me. There's that big
I kinda
Sarita
like a
forehand.
M, and then give them the M in the middle too. M.
Okay.
M&M.
All right.
M&M.
You're turning me a little bit.
Maybe their team name should be M&M.
Monica and Mogul. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they could get like little M&Ms on their shirts.
I'll
and,
let
like,
you pitch that to them over Cookie Skillet.
Could be anything. That's just a really patient point on all 4 players. And then Connor saw the opening and didn't overhit the ball. So that's something we've been talking about here with this Franklin. It's placement over power a lot with this Franklin. And he really took his time. And I don't think Monica thought Sarita was going to hit that. I think it caught her a little off guard.
Sometimes it's better to just make sure and hit the ball, even though it seems high.
Had a good
Connor
look
with it,
on it. A little bit of a defensive shot there on Ty's part and just misses it wide. But another good middle ball. Monica and Connor are doing a great job of slowing it down, dinking them to separate them in the middle because we have a lefty here. And they're trying to keep Sarita on her line and Ty on his line. And then it's really opening up a little middle flick for Connor to do. I mean, just right there, Monica dinked down the line to Ty. Connor dinked down the line to Sarita and then got a middle put away. So it's kind of a consistent pattern that they're sitting in. It's been very, very effective so thus far. We will see if Sarita and Ty adjust here.
And again, Connor Mogul, Monica Wynn, our 2 seed, both played tennis at Spring Arbor.
And beat them down the middle again. It's very, very effective for them at this moment. So
Both are probably 2 years-ish into pickleball. Monica a little bit longer than Connor, but she didn't play. No, she didn't try to play like tournaments and as high level
until last winter. I think she started playing a little bit more competitively. And like we said, Connor started playing pro last summer, I believe. So definitely.
And that was after that was like, I think he picked up pickleball the summer before.
He hadn't been playing pickleball very long, correct. Yeah. Yes. And I think was still playing a bit of tennis at first as well. I think probably focusing a little bit more on pickleball now, but I'm sure he's out there on the court still. So.
Yeah, I mean, he was obviously, I think both of them, Connor and Monica, were both obviously very good players and talented, but I thought last year during TPN, they both kind of raised.
Like their breakout.
Yeah, it was. And
these great events that All In is putting on, bringing in competition that these players don't get to play every, day in and day out. A lot of people stay within their city, rightfully so, but it brings a new look at people. It brings new strategy, new partnerships, and it really allows these players to, bring in new moves, learn new skills, try new things. So, and also just get good competition.
Really good competition.
I mean, you get a lot of games when you play here. Like we said, even when you lose, you go into the consolation bracket and you still get to play. And I mean, all games are good games, right? You're always going to get something out of them. So.
Yeah, and I think for the players who also had a chance to play last year and go into the consolation bracket and you get all those matches, it's really good experience. And so I think for players like we talked earlier about Rachel Sinnott, it being her first one, getting to play all of these extra matches against this kind of competition. Sure, it's going to help her next time she plays TPN or the next tournament she plays in. She's going to be that much better for it, because I think you saw a lot of these players then go on and have a lot of tournament success following TPN last year. These are our 2 semifinal matches, and they're
just, I mean, Connor's hands right now are lightning.
Yep.
He's seeing the ball so well, and we were talking about other teams having a little bit of trouble reading Sarita's shots, and he is right on top of those.
Not a whole lot of weakness in his game. Can do everything, and I think we said last year in the winter, too, kind of deceptively quick. Always in the right place on the court, always kind of has his feet under him, like very...
he's like a try-hard, but in a good way. Like he's really good at, like, moving his feet well and very quickly and, like, staying in points when you don't think he is. Like, his body posture almost doesn't seem like he is, but he's, like, right on it.
And always just seems, like, very balanced. Always is in the right
when you
position
talk about a
to
chill
hit the
player.
Ball. Yeah, he's another one, yeah.
Oh, that was a great read there from Mani.
They had a they had a 3-gamer in the last match, but I think
a very close 3-gamer at that. Oh! I thought it was going to go over.
Almost picked that up off the net, but it's not. It's now 9-0.
Yeah, I don't think they've taken any timeouts either.
They are Wynn and Mogul. A freight train right now. That one just missed. Our ref says he didn't see it. What did you think from up here?
I couldn't tell, because it's one of those ones where it's like on the line. So from my view, it looks a certain way, but it's like probably not what I saw.
In this view, I thought
it was in.
I thought it was in.
However, well. And Connor said, well, I'll make sure this one's in.
Yep.
And puts that ball away. And over on court 2, let's get over to court 2. Well,
let's see if we get the pickle here first.
Yeah, let's see if we get the pickle here.
We do have replay available, but it's not available to the refs. It's not It's just
yeah, you can't challenge
it's
calls.
just viewership.
And so here we go. There's another pickle. However, we've seen this today. So who knows what's going to happen in game 2. I don't think it's going to be the same result. I think Monica and Connor played a really strong game and didn't miss a lot. And Sarita and Ty just need a second to settle in. And I think we might have a little bit of a closer game. Let's go to court 2 here as our 1 seed has started to run away with it again as they are on game point here, match point actually, to go to the finals.
Wait, from the minute, they had the bye, and from the minute they stepped out on the court, they have just been on fire.
And with an ace serve.
Just caught the outside of the line. I wasn't sure on that one, actually. I thought so, too.
I mean, again, our view is different. And, I mean, if anyone's an honest line caller, it's Jaren and Erica. They're always very fair with their lines. So they
25% rule, too.
They win it on that lefty spin serve.
That was...
That's why. We had a nasty Nelson win and a ace serve spin win. So... Court 2, man. Crazy things happen over there.
That was, yeah. And then it kicked wide into the net.
So no chance to return that. But our number 1 seed will be playing in the finals as they have not gone to game 3 today.
Not even
super close, no.
Yeah.
So they are looking strong.
But so is our 2 seed. I was going to just say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you totally jinxed that.
But if that is the matchup, that's going to be, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but you do have 2 teams kind of barreling towards each other right now. We'll see if our 7th seed, Schoenbeck and Bruckner, can put a stop to that.
Yeah, I'd like to see them make them go for a little bit more. I know it's not necessarily their game plan, especially with Sarita's super strong shots, but I think Connor's reading her shots really well, and if they make them play a little bit longer, it forces Connor and Monica to hit harder shots, and sometimes that's where people will start missing, and once you start missing, then you're thinking about it a little bit more. So I think if you're Ty and Sarita, you're trying to force another ball, and make them really aim and put away balls in certain locations.
Well, they're very dialed in. I think Ty has been very consistent throughout the night. He may have to dial up the aggression just a little bit.
Just to keep them, kind of like we were saying with Jaren and Erica, maybe just out a little bit of aggression to keep them a little bit more on their toes and, again, force those shots. If you're Connor and Monica, though, stay in that, they're just staying in that pattern where they're separating Ty and Sarita from each other and then really going down the middle there. So it's a really good pattern. It's been very effective for them. So we have our finalists, our first finalist team of Sophia and Mariano here in the booth with us. Congratulations on your win, guys.
Thank you.
Very well done. You're the team that has not went to game 3 today. Finishing it in 2.
So my first question has to be that last serve, was it purposeful, first of all?
Yeah, I have some fun with that sometimes, so I figured now was as good a time ever to throw it out there. So.
Okay.
We love it. A ballsy move. We love it.
I do like it. Do you have a name for that serve?
No. You guys have any suggestions?
We should let us chew on that a
Okay.
little bit. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to come up with one if you had one. So now that we know there's a need, then we can start.
Yeah.
So you don't want us to start.
I'm not the most creative, so you guys jump in there for sure.
We'll give you a list.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So as you're watching this match, how much experience do the 2 of you have playing against the 4 players on this court?
I have 0. The only person I have played against is Connor, and I don't think that was in a tournament setting. I think it was just at practice once or twice. So I'm gonna go with less, very little.
Okay. And Mariano, you played with Connor, right?
Yeah, I know Connor, but I don't know the other guys very well. I know Sarita and Ty are from Ann Arbor, but I haven't played with them much.
How do you feel about playing a lefty?
It's always a little awkward. You just gotta adjust the game a little bit, adjust the speed ups and the counters.
How does that work for you, Sophia, being a lefty?
Playing against lefty?
Do you like matching up against lefties?
Not really. No, you're not used to it, right? Just like righties aren't used to playing lefties, lefties aren't used to playing lefties.
Yeah.
So, you don't see it very often. So it's always an adjustment for sure.
So, Sophia, I take it from some of your answers here, I'm gleaning that you maybe don't play a ton of pickleball during the week. So what are you doing otherwise, and why aren't you on the court more?
I know. I need to get on the court more. I'm spending too much time at work, number one.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You know, I'd much rather be out on the court, let me tell you. And then just I was traveling a bit this summer, so it was just kind of hard with the schedule. But I have always been someone who just kind of likes to mix up the routine a little bit. So I don't usually just want to stick to one thing. So Padel just opened up by me a little while ago, so I've gone there a couple times, and then I played tennis, growing up, so occasionally I'll get back out on that court, and then in the summer golf sometimes. So I just mix it up a little bit.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
So Mariano, you guys haven't played together a ton, and she says she doesn't play a ton of pickleball during the week, but so far it seems like you guys play very well together.
Yeah.
What is it about her style and your style that seems to just kind of fit?
Well, she's playing really, really solid today, getting a lot of balls back, which is always nice. Except that one point that I hit the best shot I've ever hit, and then she
messed
missed.
it up 100%. I take full responsibility for that.
We love a good call out.
Full responsibility.
We've all been
Well,
there.
if it was the best shot you ever hit, why'd the ball come back?
See? She's asking the hard
True.
questions.
Yeah.
I like it. Back me up a little bit.
Girls gotta look out for girls.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you looking out.
Well, we'll let you guys rest up and watch the end of this match and get ready for the finals, but congrats on the win. We will think about a name for this serve. Maybe you could then trademark it, and it'll let you leave your job and play more pickleball?
I mean, hey, I'm all for that. If you guys got that magic, give me some of that.
I get a 10% cut.
I don't want to promise it, but if any two people can do it, I feel like we have a...
All right. I have full faith in you guys, 100%.
All right, we'll start churning on it. If anybody else has them, too, drop them in the comments. We got a lot of people watching.
I need all the help
Maybe
I can get.
We'll see what we can come up with. So,
all right.
Anyway, congratulations. Good luck in the next one.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, so we have had the score lockout for a bit now since we've been on game 2 here, as we expected it to be a little bit closer of a matchup.
Yep. Bruckner and Schoenbeck, though, finding some things that are working a little bit more than in game 1. And probably learning Connor and Monica's games a little bit, too, because they said they hadn't really played them.
Reading the middle much better, too, as they've kind of been going that way, as Sarita gets that one, and I don't think Monica was ready for that to come back as she hits her signature scorpion very well, and Sarita had a good play on it.
What a couple of shots there. I thought Ty may have had that one behind him.
Yeah, this ball is moving on this court. This might be one of the faster games thus far that we've been able to watch. And we have seen a little more aggression on Ty, which is something we talked about seeing. And
I think he realized, with Monica and Connor on the other side, they can speed up balls that a lot of other people can't. So sometimes just getting the ball back on those two, not good enough. You have to force the action a little bit more. He's doing a good job.
I've also noticed, which I haven't paid a ton of attention to before, so maybe she always plays like this, but I've noticed both Ty and Sarita kind of play off the line a bit, especially Sarita. And I do that too in mix to allow my partner to be able to move freely along the line, but I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an adjustment they made to give themselves a little more time, a little more leverage to place the ball in a better spot. So
that's just a big shot there.
And it's a smart shot because she knows Sarita wants to take that forehand in the middle, and she also knows that she's moving.
And I think I could see where Sarita wants to hit that shot and thought she was catching her opponent on the move, but she doesn't have the benefit of knowing Mani's dance background.
That's right. Did you see her right there dancing right around that corner? A little half-ish. I can't even call it a half, Ernie, but a little corner jump.
Yeah.
Split. A little corner split. Oh, and Sarita stays back on the switch.
Connor has just, I think, really found his stride in this match.
Yeah,
he was playing well earlier, but not quite to this level. He's dialed it up to another level here. This match, he's coming out on top on a lot of hands battles and
reading the ball extremely well.
Tough to get anything by right now, too.
Yes, playing big.
All right, we have a timeout. We gotta start coming up with names for this lefty serve.
I'm just thinking of like S words in my mind.
Wait. S words.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be like the swindling Sophia special or something.
Ooh, oh,
or
'cause
like
okay.
the spinning, the spunky. I don't know.
I think it's like
It's gotta be like the Sophia
when
special.
it can
though.
hit
Like,
when
it
it
has to be
can
like
hit
the
the
SSX.
when it can hit the outside line short and then spin into the net. I feel like it's unfair. So it should be something that's like unfair. Like it's not even fair.
Yeah, but
But
it
I
has to be
can't
S. Like, it's got to be like SSS. The something Sophia special. Or service special.
Sophia's surface special.
Yeah. That's just basic. That's a good start.
That's
A little
okay. Yeah.
basic start. Or just the Sophia
The
special.
Sophia's secret sauce.
Ooh. That, I mean, it is like a secret sauce spin, so.
All right, we'll keep thinking. None of those are good enough for her to quit her job.
No. We might have to quit our jobs after those submissions.
We're being really put on the spot here.
Oh, great.
That's the wide receiver in him. Yeah.
Well, and it's the disadvantage of playing so far off the line, right? Like, you really have to hustle to get up to those shots. And that is, like, to me, such a good shot. He did not hit it hard, and that the off-speed threw Connor off, and he was able to place it super, super well because he was hitting it at the off-speed.
I don't know that he ever hits the ball as absolutely hard as he can. You know, it's always in control.
I mean, I've seen him put the ball away for sure.
He puts the ball away, but you know, some people really crank on that. He
sits
never
in his placement way more than his power, which is very effective for their team.
It's good pickleball, is what it is.
But is it strong pickleball?
I don't know if it is. It's good pickleball. It's effective pickleball.
Effective dinking.
Yep.
There's 5.
It's one of the first, I think, missed errors, like an error from.
That was
Connor.
a good return too.
It was a good
He
return.
really had to pick up that ball and just couldn't quite get under it.
But I think that just shows how well he's been playing. That we're like noticed that, and then he finds it. Looks like
that middle ball
maybe
again.
some miscommunication in the middle.
He has been wrecking that middle. Which you don't typically see a ton when you're playing with a lefty-righty combo that plays together frequently enough to know who's taking the ball.
And after that, we mentioned he missed that drop a couple shots ago. Connor's ripped a couple of third shot drives now, and then dropped the 5th, so he's got himself back on track. Another third shot drive.
Yeah, he's kind of been one today that has been sitting in the drive. I don't think a lot of people have sat in their third shot drives as much as I'm used to. And Monica kind of is going back to that drive too, and she's got a very effective drop that she typically hits.
Yeah, I think they've decided that against this team they can.
Yeah, it's working.
Being aggressive has been the effective play, and then as I say that, they get into a slower point and
but
dink
again,
it up.
that's coming way off the line. I mean, Sarita was trying to dink that from almost halfway back the court. That's just a hard dink to get.
It came after a third shot drive by Monica. So after I think they took over at 5-4 or 6-4 and have gone on a big run here.
Big run.
Looking to punch their ticket to the finals.
The power is working for them.
Sophia Abelson, Mariano Yee waiting on the other side. And it is match point, and there it is.
Tough. That's a tough shot when you're back at the line still, and a good match played there. But we will have a 1-2 matchup for the finals, so that's exciting.
A heck of a TPN debut for Sarita Schoenbeck and Ty Bruckner. Yep.
Had a couple interviews up here in the booth, and hopefully they found this worth their trip from Ann Arbor. A little bit of a drive for them, as they said, but they had a great showing, and again, coming from 4-0 last year to semifinalists and TPN with the top players in Michigan. That's very impressive.
Had a couple of really good wins.
Yeah, really strong wins and some good points too. I think this wasn't their best game that they've played all day, but some of their points were, super good. And
I think it was a little bit of a bad style matchup for them too.
yeah, it just an unfamiliarity and maybe not adjusting as quickly as they could or needed to, I guess. But a lot of that comes with experience too, you know, when you play really good teams and you kind of play them a little bit more and learn how to adjust to that. So I'm sure they will be back and hope maybe in finals at one point this winter.
Yeah.
So
I know Sarita played in a lot of tournaments. I saw her over on this side of the state playing in more
she's
tournaments.
played
I
in
mean,
a lot.
I do not think you're going to hear more from these two for sure.
They're just getting started. So
all right, and if you don't go anywhere, it's 9:30, but this final is going to be outstanding,
awesome.
right?
It's going to be great. So it's going to be, honestly, this was probably the ideal route for Monica and Connor because they did just get to play a lefty female. So that's a great look for them pattern-wise to go into this next game and not be surprised with new patterns playing another lefty female. However, I do think Mariano is a little bit more aggressive in the middle, and it's going to be a little bit of a different look. So I don't know that that same pattern that they were very successful with in this last game is going to have similar success. They might have to adjust that. So we'll see how they come out and try that and handle that and see if they do try to switch anything up or how they take that. And with Mariano Sofia, they haven't had a super close game 3 situation or anything like that. So this match might be a little bit different for them as they're going to have to really grind out maybe more points and really set in points and see if they're going to have to go for a little bit more, which might cause more errors. I mean, who knows? It's going to be a really good matchup, and this is going to be really exciting to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. And you know what? We've had some great matches and some great points tonight, I got to say. I kind of like the Franklin ball. It's at least for spectator-wise,
yeah,
it's produced some
working
great
well.
rallies, and I think you're going to get more of that in this final. But these two teams relatively unchallenged in their semifinal matches. So
and apparently Connor and Mani are avoiding us at all costs as they have not come out to do their interview once again.
that's fine. We'll let them. We'll just continue. Now we can just say whatever we want about them, I believe.
That's true.
Although,
so rumor has it Monica actually teaches some Zumba classes. So you can get in on that Zumba. That's like why her footwork is so good. She puts on her little coin skirt and her bells on her wrists, and she gets out there and does the moves.
where at? Do we know?
I think the Y.
Okay, I was going to say we can't tease the people with that and not be able to tell them where to go.
I know she goes to the Y. Does that count?
No, but it's a start. It's a lead. It's going to be all.
You might have to ask her about it if you're looking to get into Zumba.
It's going to be all pickleball players trying to do that little mini kitchen jump thing she does.
It makes it. The Zumba makes you better.
I'm sure it does, actually.
The footwork. It's all about that footwork. Quick feet.
Do they still do? They were doing some like hit classes here last year.
Oh, were they?
With Jam Stretch and Fitness, there were some fitness classes going on here. Does that still exist?
It was like I think it was like a fitness and like drilling or something, right? Like they,
yeah, but I
think kind of intermixing.
Yeah, you get a workout and pickleball drilling.
Yeah, and then I think she was also helping with, which no one does enough, and I can't preface enough because I don't do it enough, but recovery.
Yeah.
Like how to stretch and how to warm up and things that will like help prevent injury. I think pickleball is a very injury-prone sport.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of little quick movements.
Little quick movements, not enough warm-up, not enough stretching afterwards.
And because you don't like often push your body all the way to exertion, you don't take breaks from it. You can play every day, right?
Yeah,
Where if you're like a runner, you have to plan in days off.
And you go to like the gym and stuff, and a lot of people I think just play pickleball, like they don't cross-train very much.
And all of us gluttonous pickleball players all say, you know, I'm going to take today off, and then somebody says, hey, can you play at 11:30? And none of us can say no. And so, yes, if you're going to do that, make sure you stretch, make sure you recover, and you can do it right here. How nice that it's in the building. Because a lot of the time, that's the battle for me. Is like, why would I go to a place extra? It's another step to have to get, PT and those sorts of things done. But when it's in the building, very little excuse. That's just lazy at that point. So if you are interested in that.
You said it, not me.
I did. I called myself lazy. and I've had plenty of injuries to prove it. So jam, stretch, and fitness right here in All In Pickleball Gym.
Yeah, I mean, don't look at me. I literally had surgery.
What's that?
I had surgery from my lack of stretching, so.
Oh, yeah.
Worst example
That
out
was
there.
season 1 Tori in a boot.
Couldn't even walk up the stairs.
Yep. But it's been a very, very good start
Yeah,
to
this
season
is a
2.
great opening, a great season 1 or season 2, episode 1. It's just some super high level players, really fun matches to watch. I do like watching the Franklin ball. I'm not gonna lie, it's not my favorite ball to play with, but it is growing on me for reasons that everyone else is saying. The points are longer, you have to be more strategic, and you definitely have to sit in things longer, which is good. It's more fun in pickleball. Just when you're a power player, it's not as fun all the time, but.
Although I think our power players are still finding plenty of opportunities to hit the ball with some power. I think it just makes you more strategic on it.
Yes, you have to place your power instead of just, ripping it.
And you have to follow that up a lot of the time.
You have to be ready for it to come back. Always ready for it to come back, which makes for exciting pickleball. And I will say, the crowd has grown a little bit down here for our championship matchup. So.
They heard about the pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's probably still out there. Some free drinks and pizza. There's still time to come watch the final match here. It's going to be a really fun one. On court 2, we do have the 3rd place team playing it out. That's Jaren and Erica. Jaren Poltanowski and Erica Benting, and they're playing Sarita Schoenbeck and Ty Bruckner, and that will again probably be a really exciting game to watch. So that will be on its own stream. Court 2. The winner on center court here for Season 2, Episode 1 will be taking home an $800 cash prize. So it's a 1-2 matchup. It's going to be super exciting for all the monies, and we're really excited to watch this one play out. So we've got...
You got one team, one person trying to pay their rent and another trying to quit their job.
Yeah,
so
I mean, wow, what a matchup out here. So we've got Connor Mogul in the gray Selkirk shirt, and he is playing with Monica Wynn. She's wearing the carbon black outfit. Then we have Mariano Yee. He's wearing a white something shirt with black shorts, playing with Sophia Abelson wearing the blue shirt, playing with the Selkirk paddle. So those are our matchups tonight. Our 1 seed is Sophia and Mariano, and Connor and Monica are 2 seeds. So according to Duper, this should have been the matchup that we see.
Duper wins again. Super accurate.
So.
And for the most part, we only really had that one upset. Sarita and Ty kind of made a run. Other than that, for the most part, the seeds kind of held out tonight.
Yeah, they did. And again, before we start this match in the corner there, we were just talking about Jam, Stretch, and Fitness. So they are she is one of our sponsors tonight. They are here out of All In Pickleball Gym. And they can help with cupping and personal training. And again, I think they were doing some fitness classes that were incorporated into pickleball playing and recovery. So check out Jam, Stretch, and Fitness. Julie owns that. And we thank them for sponsoring. So with that being said, we'd also like to shout out our live stream team here. They do a great job. We have people on cameras, on court. We have people on computers working behind the scenes to change the screens for you. We have scorekeepers on courts. We have our referees, Ray and Bob Trout, on championship court right now. So all of these people are volunteering their time to make this happen, and it is so nice of everyone to do that. Thank you All In Pickleball Gym for hosting. And this is just a really fun event. Players love it. The community loves it. And we love being here with you guys.
Couldn't have said it better. And while we were thanking everybody, Mariano went flying into the middle, as he has done a lot of tonight.
And like I said, that middle shot might not work as effectively against this matchup.
There's talking about being selective with your power with this ball. But Connor, I thought, did a really good job of that in the last match of deciding when to use power, when to use finesse. Monica as well.
Definitely.
They played so well. Both of these teams did, so be interesting to see if I think it's going to be a tight match. I think after a couple of
That's just too good. I mean, he waited until the last possible second to hit that ball. And then just did it so casually.
Very casually, extremely
Just like,
casually. That is on that replay, you could see there was not a ton of angle there.
So Monica looking to push that middle speed up and has missed it a couple times now. We'll see if she lays off just a touch.
It was there, though. It was there.
That
was
one
there. Actually was there.
The other one was, too. It just needs to be, I think, just like a 80% shot. Because the angle is what you need, and she's hitting the angle. She's just hitting a bit long.
Wow, what a point there.
Yeah.
Really great job by Sophia Abelson there, because Connor was going down that backhand line, attacking her backhand. She got herself out of it several times, and was able to get herself into the point and eventually win the point. But she had to hold off a couple of tough shots there. But he kept.
You're talking about her too long.
I did, and Connor went back to that. He's gonna. You can see the strategy. He's gonna keep going down that backhand line.
That backhand line. And when you're playing with someone as athletic as Mariano, too, it allows her to move way off the court to hit her forehand, because Mariano doesn't typically get too overextended, as you saw him run all the way back and hit that backhand ATP a couple points ago. So.
You know, I thought
really good dinking out of everyone there.
Maybe the fact that Mariano and Sophia aren't switching is due to how little they've played together, but they're actually really good at it. Like, they have done so well with it.
Well, and I also think when you're playing two powerful people that can place the ball really well, I think it just, if you can play either side, like, just leave it, because you're just adding something extra that can cause confusion and errors, and it just doesn't need to happen. And a lot of times when people switch, it forces you to hit a return that you might not want to be hitting, and that just causes some unforced errors sometimes.
Clips the
no love from the net on that one.
Just pushed it long, but prior to that, a couple of service errors, but still, their ability to play with both of their backhands in the middle has been really impressive tonight. They have not needed to switch.
We don't have the score up on the screen now, so we'll see if we can get you guys updated on that. I think you said 4-2-1, I believe.
Yep, that is what I heard also.
So Mariano and Sophia up right now with 4, and then Connor and Monica 2.
One left up there just a little too high. Mariano Yee steps in, and 5-2-1 now for the 1 seed. His serve is, he's got so much action on it.
So many things happening. I mean, he doesn't even have to hit it hard. It's just moving. All right,
timeout, probably a good timeout.
Yeah. Huge run for our 1 seed, as they are looking pretty much as flawless as Monica and Connor looked in their last game. Not making a lot of errors, looking very smooth, not doing a whole lot of crazy things, just kind of keeping the ball a little bit slower until they're getting put away shots and sitting in their patterns. So let's see what Connor and Monica chat about here in the timeout, if they come out with a little bit of a different strategy, and see if they can get the side out.
And I think you see, you know, when you have a new partnership, sometimes people think you have to practice together a bunch, but when you play good pickleball, you know, it just kind of works.
Pickleball.
You just play good pickleball.
Yeah, I mean, at a higher level, I think it's a little bit easier to just play with people. I mean, you got to know, especially with a lefty, you got to know, like, who's taking what, but I think you can kind of figure that out quickly enough, and
I mean, when you can hit shots like that, then
it
makes
doesn't really
it a little,
matter.
yeah.
So, yeah, they are looking strong.
But I will say this, for having, you know, 2 more aggressive players and 2 forehands in the middle, they also have done a really good job of figuring out who's taking the ball. And there's
Yeah.
been zero confusion that I've seen
Well,
from the
and
two of them.
it almost doesn't seem like they verbally communicate a ton either, so they just kind of know.
They just do it.
I don't see them call the ball a whole lot, but it's working.
Well, as you mentioned, Sophia has shifted pretty far over,
Yeah,
and she's
playing on the line.
She takes her share of balls over there, but I guess there's not as much question when you are aligned that way.
There.
I don't know how easy it is to see at home on the screen, but from where we're watching, you can see, you've talked about the angle of her shot, and when she kind of underspins that dink too, it comes from such a strange, a
It's
different
like you can't
angle.
tell it's coming either. I think she's hitting it so far below the net too, you're not necessarily seeing that she's putting action on the ball like that, and then it's just a different spin than you're typically seeing.
But to take it from that low on a dink and get the ball to stay low,
I mean,
and kind of skid.
Even that shot, she's undercutting, and Connor can spin the ball as well as anyone else, and just, that ball just lifts right off his paddle and went quite far out because of the action that she's able to put on.
Honed and crafted in the winters of Buffalo. The ball was like hitting a rock, so I'm sure maybe that's where it came from.
Incorporate that into her serve name.
Oh, the
A
Buffalo.
Buffalo Baddie or something like that.
Okay. Although she's from Michigan, I don't know if we want to give Buffalo all the credit.
Well, that's where she learned how to play.
I don't know if that serve came from.
She said she doesn't play here in Michigan, so that's too good. That's good coverage right there.
Connor apologizes almost after every winner that he hits.
I know, because they all hit the net.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I did it again. Oh, he almost got. Tried
He wasn't
for
as
another
nonchalant
one.
on that one. He tried a little too
Much,
hard.
that's the lesson. Too much effort.
Yeah, too much effort. You guys kind of just kind of casually flick it around. Ray-Ray's got them on lock.
Ray and Bob Trout, two outstanding refs.
Dude, that paddle just shoots when you get a hold of it.
Maybe you got to embrace the lead tape.
Yeah. I don't think my wrist would appreciate my embracement of the lead tape.
Sometimes when you're trying to make a comeback, a return error like that is what you need.
Yeah,
try
it's
to,
just
yep,
what you
just
need.
an easy point and try to chip away at the lead.
Well, it's interesting when, oh, wow. Great read by Mariano. But I also think it's interesting when Connor's dinking cross court and Sophia's on the left side, he's dinking to her forehand, where typically it would be someone's backhand. So it's almost like she should sit in that pattern longer, because when... Oh,
what a drop.
Such a good shot.
Her, Sophia's forehand dinking from out there is so good.
It's really good, and so I'm surprised she keeps switching the pattern to go straight on with Monica, because Monica is able to hit it to her backhand in that middle dink shot, which can be tough. So it's interesting that maybe she doesn't feel comfortable with Connor's cross court dinks.
So Mariano and Sophia have forced, and I'm going to say forced, I think 3 or 4 service errors or return errors, because they serve with so much pace and torque. You almost can't put that on the opponent. They are, it is something that they're putting on that serve, and so they come away 11-4. We thought it would be a close match, game 1.
And those were quicker points too. They were, I feel like both of these teams have been grinding out points a little bit more, and that one seemed a little more on both ends of the court, a little more sped up almost.
But I do think that Wynn and Mogul had success speeding the ball up quicker against their last opponent in their semis. But in this one, you saw especially that counter backhand that Mariano hit a couple points ago. Their reactions are so quick, and their hands are so good.
That middle ball just isn't the same look that they were getting in the previous righty-lefty combo. So I think they need to adjust their patterns just a touch and see if they can get something else to start working, because they did have some very successful points that they set up from the kitchen, and so maybe trying to sit in that a little bit more and just adjust to the fact that the middle ball isn't going to be super successful against Mariano as he's just covering that court.
Well, they had a good talk about it here. They do have that Spring Arbor tennis synergy, so they'll try to see what they can. We didn't talk about Monty's goal for this year. Lock in a shoe sponsor in 2025, though. So she's giving herself some time. She's not forcing it for the end of 2024. She
probably wants a shoe sponsor because it like goes into her Zumba.
I was going to say, I wonder if she wants it to be a dance shoe or a pickleball shoe. Or maybe she dances in pickleball shoes or pickleballs in dance shoes.
Well, honestly,
so many questions we can't get answered because they keep avoiding us.
Yeah, you know what? That is very true. Oh, good leave. And good shot. Good setup there. But, I mean, I feel like shoe sponsor is probably like the best sponsor you can have in pickleball because that's probably really what you're spending the most money on. I mean, paddles a little bit, but like shoes, like you have to get new shoes like every month. And they're expensive.
We do go through a lot of shoes. So.
And it's important because a lot of people get foot issues in pickleball.
A couple of leads there.
Very common thing.
And a quick 3-0 lead. So whatever they talked about. Oh, sorry. Did I miss that? 0-2-2. Hold.
That's a tough drop.
Part of this early start is I don't know if it's as much strategy change as Sophia and Mariano making a couple of errors that they didn't make. They played almost just flawlessly. Yeah.
Good luck from Connor. Just a little bit too late on the read there. But good idea too, because he did have that line on Mariano too.
But it's also because again Mariano tops the ball so much that ball's dipping at the last second there.
And it's got so much pace on it, too. So I think he was just a little bit behind it. But they do force another error there as they go up 3-0. They just wanted to look at the wall.
That's okay. I'm being turned on the side. There are elements in here.
The sides matter. I'm telling you.
They just don't want everybody to go home and go to bed yet. Okay? Gonna get a game.
We can't have a finals without a game 3. Come on now.
Yeah.
Mariano didn't quite commit to that read. And Monica ends up hitting a pretty good shot there where, again, it dipped down. Kind of a little taste of his own shot there. A little dipping shot.
I think I agree with your take. You're seeing more, a little more patience out of Connor and Monica, too.
And I think that's going to work for them. I think with the lefty and Mariano being so agile, it's just going to be really hard to beat them with speed ups that are like going in the middle and not quite angled.
How about Sophia handling those speed ups there though, and then coming out
not
on top of that hands
battle?
battle,
them, but
firing them back,
firing them back and putting it in a good spot. Which again relays down to the Franklin, placement over power, but using the power to place as well.
Yeah, she rips that two-y.
Oh, nice try. Oh, that goes through the net. I love when people say hi when you hit the ball high. Because you're like I mean, people do it. Everyone does it. It just makes me laugh every time because I'm like, it's definitely
It is high. Has it actually ever helped you? Has there ever been a time where your partner tells you it's high and you're like, oh, thank goodness. I was really, I was so much more prepared. Yeah.
No, but I think it's almost like a reaction thing because you're mad you hit it high. So you're like, if I say it's high and let my partner know, it's not going to be as detrimental to us.
Yeah. Then if they get they get drilled in the eye, then I can at least.
You're like, I told you it was high. Like, come on. Yeah, Sophia's been out there ripping those backhands right back from that pace.
Did we get her sports background? I don't think that we did.
Tennis. She played tennis somewhere.
That's not overly surprising. There's a little bit of a softball kind of swing there too. I thought maybe.
I definitely know she played tennis because she said that, but
She says, I like playing all sports, and I think she mentioned padel. She did play college tennis at Xavier.
okay.
She also said,
Just a little bit of a
we
misstep there.
we ask all these players how much they drill. She wrote, I think I have drilled twice in my life.
I mean, I think she played
Love
twice this year. So.
Love the honesty. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Can you imagine like being that good and you play like what did she say, like once a month?
What's that?
Can you imagine being that good and playing like once a month?
Oh, I mean, I've thought about it tonight. She doesn't, so she
She's
barely
like,
even
"Yeah,
plays
but-"
and drills and just, yeah. And you would think that in that case, I think people who have tennis backgrounds who don't play as often, you bring your power with you. But her consistency and her dinking and all of that has been so good.
Yeah, I feel like she sits in that almost more than her power. Like I think her finesse is more of her game.
And you would think that's what would suffer if you played less.
Mm-hmm.
But in her case,
it's
she seems to be doing just fine.
But I will say I actually talked to Emily yesterday or Tuesday night, and she was saying, I didn't play for 6 weeks, and I came back and won that tournament with Brian, and it was the best I've ever played. She's like, and every week I play after that, I get worse. So some people are just like that, and she has a huge tennis background too, and so some people just...
I think there's a sweet spot. Sometimes you can play too much.
Yes, that's true. And I've been there where I've like, okay, I gotta take a break.
Yep.
And a lot of people get that way too, I think. Pickleball is just a weird sport where it's like, you gotta take a break.
And sometimes watching, I think, sitting out for a little while, especially like when I'm hurt and I watch high level play, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's probably what I should be doing more. So sometimes I think you get stuck in a rut like anything else of playing points out the same way, hitting the same shots all the time.
Well, I mean,
and
even some of the pros, they'll take like 2 months off of tournaments. And I mean, what like basketball players taking 2 months off of basketball games? They're not.
You can't. I mean, like,
and they get an off season. Granted,
at the pro level, I know we both follow a lot of pro pickleball, and at the pro level, people were just kind of shocked at the Johns brothers losing this year a couple times, and they just looked like they weren't interested.
No.
And that comes from having contractually obligated to play a bunch.
Mm-hmm. And having to switch styles and stuff, which maybe people are a little more stubborn about doing, but as like paddle technology changes, the ball changes, rule changes, serving changes, all these things are being thrown at this sport because it's still relatively new, and they're trying to figure out what the best combination of things will be to keep players safe, to keep the game exciting, all of the things. And I think it just like
bad
can
net
be
cord
hard.
Love. Net cord giveth, net cord taketh.
Yeah, everyone's always like, it evens out. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's gambler's logic.
I'm like, I can tell you right now, I have the worst luck with net cords.
There is no mathematical basis that it gets back to 50%. That's just something people say.
And there is that cross-court speed up that Monica was looking to hone in game 1, and it is on right now.
Yep. They have come back after their whatever they said.
Drops are just nasty.
They are, yes.
She just barely undercuts that ball, and it barely makes it over the net and does not bounce. It is wild.
It skips even. Yeah. It's just the kind of trajectory that a lot of other people don't hit that ball.
No, it's not something you see often, and it's also one of those shots where you think it's going to be an easy ball to get back, and it just isn't.
So a comeback happening here by Abelson and Yee.
Yep. They're I would say Abelson and Yee are being a little more aggressive. I think they were kind of sitting in the slower patterns that Monica and Connor were giving them, and now they've kind of taken control and even going for it on that serve there.
They're laughing about it because that was a rocket.
Yeah, he was going for it on the serve because that's what gave them this little run here, was being a little more aggressive, taking control of the game how they want to play it.
He was ready for that.
He was. I almost think Connor and Monica should set a little bit more in that slow game. It seemed to be working for him earlier, and they're just getting caught a little bit on some of these poaches and speed ups.
They also haven't tried him as much, Mariano, on his backhand side.
No, they're not keeping him home.
Yep, a lot of things down the middle.
I think they're focusing a little bit on Sophia's backhand instead of keeping Mariano on their line a little bit. There we go.
Yep.
So Monica there kept Mariano home after pulling Sophia, and that set up a really good point for them.
Yep.
The crowd's loving the hometown
They are
team
loving it.
here.
Yeah. They have a lot of supporters. I do see a lot of their friends,
see,
local
there's a good
GRPC.
shot of the,
Yeah.
good shot of the crowd back there.
People hanging in there. A lot of people who made excuses to their bosses already for tomorrow. Or who are their own boss. I don't, maybe they're
A little bit of both. See, I would like to see her speed that up on Mariano's backhand and then, or dink it to that backhand and then go to Sophia's backhand. I think they were pulling them out pretty well, and then they went back to that middle speed up, which just hasn't been working as well.
I do see where you're sometimes in mixed, typically dialed in at
at
attacking and at her backhand, but
Right.
Sophia's is so good that that's not the place to go.
But it was right there. Great shot. And
It's because I started the sentence.
Armani Mogul team has gotten a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, I think after
But they
getting a
didn't
big
settle.
lead and letting and having it chipped away, probably wanted a couple more points on that side and that possession.
But I sometimes feel like missed thirds are some of the most like encouraging things on the other side of the net.
Yeah. And that's a really good hold. So see if they can put a couple more points on the board here, maybe even close this thing out and get us to a game 3.
Hey, we're always here for a game 3.
We have very little choice in that matter.
Yeah, we don't really control anything, if you guys didn't know that.
Nope, we just talk.
We don't really even control our talking.
There's that big drive from Connor that on his third shot drive that we've been seeing. Saw that.
Been
Very
effective all day.
Effective, strong, and good.
That was a nasty serve. I think I got a little bit of the net on there. As he apologizes for another winning shot, of
Sorry.
course.
Sorry.
That is just tough. They keep going to that middle backhand.
Yeah.
I'd love
but
to see him move it
I
a
think-
little bit more.
So Abelson and Yee hold off the game point.
But they do get to 10, which is a good thing.
And another hands battle one.
Set up by the signature Monica Scorpion.
That serve dropped right onto the back line. What a pickup by Connor.
Yeah, that drop was also very good.
His,
A quick side out there.
I mean, that serve return and then the pickup on that third were
wild.
Those were
That's locked in.
yes.
You want to talk about locked in? That's locked in.
And maybe not something again that's super obvious how the degree of difficulty both of those
We
shots
got
were.
a game 3,
We
baby.
have a game 3. Do not turn this off.
So maybe call in for the next 2 days of oh wait, it's Thursday.
You'll be fine.
Just call in for Saturday too.
You'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, so a thing that is happening here at All In, on top of our Thursday premiere nights, we have 4 players from West Michigan that are going to attempt to set a world record for a cause. They are going to attempt to play for 30 hours straight. That will be on November 23rd, starting at 10 a.m. They get I believe a 5-minute break every hour was what Sydney was telling me. So they're going to try to stack those breaks and take like a 20-minute break every 4 hours, I believe, is kind of what the thought process was there. And our 4 players are Sydney Sunday, Caleb Dang, and I don't remember the other 2.
Other players can come in. It's like they can trade off. I think it's like, just play at
It's
the
like
facility.
a lock-in.
You
they can come
lock-
in
oh,
and play
right,
at
right,
any
okay.
time,
All right.
support them, cheer for them.
I
So I
see.
think All In will be open that whole time. I'm sure all 4 players would really appreciate any support and
Come cheer 'em on.
encouragement.
Bring them
and,
some extra shoes. We've talked about they might go through
they
some
might
shoes.
go through some shoes. Yeah, we might need to get them the shoe sponsorship.
Make sure they hydrate. They're all, I think, pretty young, so they'll be.
I don't think they're all young.
okay. They're not all young.
No, I think the other 2 players, I'm
They're in
not
good
sure who
shape.
they are. But you can also, I think they're raising money for a cause, so you can donate to that cause as well. We will continue to get more updated information on that as it gets closer for you guys. Oh, that was such a good shot. But again, that Sophia backhand. Keep going there, and she keeps handling it with ease.
So it turns out my device that shows me the bracket also gives me information about this paddles for a purpose.
Oh.
What a device this thing is. So
That's
really,
a
they should
great
catch.
invention.
They should catch on. The player Caleb Dang, Sydney Sunday, Brad Haverkamp, and Julie Andersma will be the 4 players. So they are going to play 30 straight hours of pickleball, and it'll be donated. The funds will be donated to Gift of Life Michigan to support organ, eye, and tissue donation.
Oh, perfect.
Go to
Everyone should be an organ donor.
Yes, if you look up giftoflifemichigan.org, you can go there and you can donate. And there's a form right on there, and complete your gift, and then you can come here and support those players, and even play a little bit yourself that day.
So it should be a super fun event, and I'm sure everyone playing and involved would love to see you guys there. So that will start at 10 a.m. on November 23rd. Oh, that's pretty. That's a middle ball they're not getting back.
So after kind of a tough game 1, Win and Mogul have just
turned it on.
Turned it on in game 2 and the start of game 3 here.
I will say Connor's drives have been fire.
Yes, not just in this match, but
It's
really
all night. But this
yeah.
match, they've gotten them a lot of points for sure.
The last 2 matches, I thought in the semi too, he did a great job with it. All right, Mariano puts a stop to that, at least
He said, "Your drives are good. Watch this overhead."
Yeah, that was just on the 1. So.
All right, I'm putting lead tape on my paddle. It's official. I've been inspired.
I will not have the blood on my hands if you get an elbow injury. All right, that is a needed side out. So. Habelson and Yee see if they
Our
can.
number 2 seed up 4-0 though,
and they're on the good side. They're looking at the wall.
Oh, and
so
Sophia
you gotta
does the tie the shoe trick. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Her shoe was actually untied.
She ties her shoe left-handed, so the loops
Skip
go the other.
choo-choo.
The loops go in the other direction.
And yeah, I mean, still pushing that backhand to Sophia, and a pattern that I think they're liking.
Very well played there by Abelson. though.
Patient.
Yep.
And I will say both Monica's dinks and Sophia's dinks very aggressive with a purpose.
That's a heck of a leave right there, because I don't. That ball looked like it was gonna go
Yeah.
in off of his paddle, and it dropped very close to the line.
Very
but
close.
That's a really good leave.
Everyone is locked in right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could see. I think early in the night, it's good play. It's competitive play, but it's like really competitive rec play. And then you can tell once it starts to get quiet in here, and the intensity kind of ratchets up.
And people just level up. I mean, I don't think it matters which 2 teams are in the final. I think that those 2 teams that are in the final are just leveling up you know, tenfold for this final match. Even from game 1 to now, I feel like both teams are just like really locked in, really watching the ball.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, that is crazy. Just making good decisions. There's not a lot of bad decisions being made. Like, it's really good pickleball.
$800, so close. You can almost feel the money in your hand. Connor's landlord should just come here to motivate him.
Should.
Yeah, just stand here on the court.
He should be their coach.
And Monica's
You want to get a
Zumba
big
class.
That's a tricky speed up. He really held that ball a long time and really crossed it in the middle there.
And normally that Scorpion, a very effective shot for
Yeah, Monica has a great Scorpion. She reads the ball really well and is able to get super low and just put those balls down usually.
Overruled by referee Ray Zamora. It was originally called out.
Just
that one was out.
That one, yep. But again, a great look. Kind of went back to that initial pattern that they were doing in the semifinal game, pulling both players out wide and looking for that middle flick.
Yeah, that's
Just
the ball.
missed it
Yeah,
deep.
that's the ball Connor wants.
Yes.
Or one of the ones he wants.
Smart shot right there. Took pace off of it so he couldn't just rebound the ball off of his paddle as he was falling backwards. Really, really smart shot.
But we've got ourselves a final here. It is 4-4 in the third.
And again, that same spot. They're keeping him on his line and making him hit that shot, but also taking a little bit of pace off. I think Mariano is really good off the bounce and just kind of rebounding the ball. And when you take the pace off, you have to be able to swing. And when his feet aren't quite set, it's a lot harder of a shot for him. Oh. That is just a rope.
Yep.
I don't know.
Off the net.
That is a rope off the net.
You know, got himself reset. Got his, again, his feet are always underneath him. He always looks like he's in the perfect position to strike the ball. Even those shots, he gets his feet set so well. I think his footwork is really the key to his whole game.
Very, very strong. Maybe he's been taking Monica's Zumba classes.
That's probably what it is. He knows where it is and we don't. We're guessing at which.
Maybe
we don't
I'll
even know which
ask.
Y it is.
Downtown.
The downtown Y, okay. All right, it's time for membership.
All right, so we will switch sides here at 6. And this was the side that Monica and Connor did win game 2 on. So as they are up right now, we will see if they can close it out or if Sophia and Mariano will come back here and take the win. It's anyone's game at this point.
It is, but this is exactly how we wanted to start season 1.
It is.
Right? A bunch of great matches.
We actually paid them to do this.
Nothing would surprise me today in this economy. But an outstanding day of play leading to an outstanding final, and now a really good game 3. Really strong, good, effective game 3. It's 6-4 win in Mogul.
You can't use strong and good in the same sentence because that contradicts what we have previously said.
The end of the night.
Here we go. 6-4-1.
Hey, how about that? There was a button we could have hit all night that would have allowed everyone to hear the ref. We apologize to anybody that
That's just a good setup from
loves
Connor.
Ray's voice.
Connor hit such a good drop there to pull Mariano wide, and then Monica to hit a cross court and read that. Very smart shots by them.
Point.
There we go. Pressuring the backhand dink that time works for them as they go up 8-4 after the side change.
A very rare backhand dink error, though. I think that may be the first of the night that I can remember.
She has not missed many.
Second server.
So they get a little bit done
8-4-2.
on the first server, up 8-4. Now Mogul and Win trying to extend the lead.
Point.
There's a
And a service error or a returning error. So gets him one step closer to the $100 prize.
9-2.
such a good
Style.
shot.
Very good. I see what Connor thought he could do, but it was just hit really well. And again, it was kind of that off-speed shot
4,
where the spin
9-1.
is great and the pace isn't there.
I mean, it looked like she might be on her heels from the serve, but she hit a really good return. He probably thought both of those shots were not going to come back as
Look
good
at
as they
Sophia.
were.
She's playing off of the court.
Second serve.
She was standing in the gray. Oh my goodness. That is too funny.
4,
Just played a good amount of points that way and played them well,
Just
right?
do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working really well for them. And that's just another well-placed shot. I was like, pickleball memes today just posted that. Mixed in a nutshell.
5,
And it was
9-2.
a photo of all the players in one section of the court. And then they put it in a nutshell.
Oh, in an actual nutshell.
In an actual nutshell. And
6,
that was
9-2.
just funny.
6-9-2,
Point.
7-9-2. Big possession here for Yi and Abelson. Feels like this is
This has been the match of
7-9-2.
runs for sure.
they're in the midst of one right now. Oh, that's a great shot.
That is a really good shot. That's that backhand flick Connor's been looking for all day. And that one, he takes a little bit of pace off, puts it in the perfect spot, and gets the side out because of it.
Yep, and they're going to get a look here. 2 points away from $800 and a place in the Premier Finals.
And another month of rent.
In another month. Maybe. At least partial. Have you seen what rent costs these days?
Oh my gosh. 10 out of 10 times I'm hitting that. If I can get my paddle on it.
Yeah, I mean,
He
it is
saw it, had a chance to hit it, and let it go. Like, that's impressive.
it is a skill, and I don't know where it comes from.
Me either.
I think- yeah.
Teach us, Mariano. Teach us.
That is an excellent hold, a much needed hold.
Yep.
Hold them right there at 9. Yi and Abelson take back over 7-9-1. They were down 4-9 2 possessions ago. Trying to chip their way back in to this final, but that's a
Super smart of
Yep.
Connor. Just keep Sophia back and wait patiently for that pop-up and be able to put it away.
that's
Great look.
yes,
That's what they wanted.
Exactly what they want. Beautiful drop from Sophia to set that up. Just a miss on that forehand. Here it is, match point,
Match
championship
point.
point, rent point.
For our number 2 seeds. Still got another chance.
Still another, just hit the top of the tape there. Monica Wynn here, serving for the match and the tournament. That
And they've
And
done
they do it.
Our number 2 seed clinches the win here in a super tight match. That is Monica Wynn and Connor Mogul taking down Sophia Abelson and Mariano Yi, who had not played a game 3 all day.
great
And-
tournament by
yeah.
those two. Spring Arbor Tennis does it again, and Connor continues to just continues to be able to pay his rent. He skirts by. Thank goodness for pickleball. I'm sure he has a day job too, but I'm gonna just assume that these TPNs keep moving him along. Tori is on her way down to the court where she's going to talk to our winners. They won't come to us, so we're going to send her to them to make sure that they can't duck another interview. But thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight. If you made it all the way to the end, you are troopers and true pickleball junkies, which we love. We thank our audience from the TPN and All In Pickleball Gym accounts, but also on Selkirk TV and Pickleball Channel tonight. And congratulations to all the competitors, all the seeds. Very well played tonight. I saw some really good play in the consolation matches as well, some tight matches over there. Make sure you keep tuning in. We have more Thursday premiere night pickleball coming at you next week. And there is a schedule posted. You can see that on the All In Pickleball Gym social media sites. You can also get on there and take a look at the schedules of play coming up. Plenty of opportunities to come in and play some pickleball yourself. And who knows, maybe you work your way into TPN eventually. We saw Sarita and Ty work their way from 4-0 rec play to now being in a TPN and making a big run. I want to thank so next week will be women's. Sorry, next week is Halloween, so there is no TPN. On November 7th will be women's. We'll take another 1 week break, and on 11/21 will be men's, and then we'll be back December 5th for more mix. So once again, you can find that entire schedule on the All In Pickleball Gym website, as well as their social media pages. And we will now go down to Tori with our champions, Monica Wynn and Connor Mogul.
All right. Congratulations, Monty Mogul. That's what we're calling you guys. We said that your last name is Win, so you can't do anything but win, and you're a money mogul, so you have to be good with the money that you win. So that's our whole strategy here. So, Monica, tell me, what was working for you guys out there?
Honestly, Connor playing big was huge. And then if I got my drops over, he kind of just took over. And I think, yeah, being aggressive, but then being patient and just grinding it out helped us get the dub.
And what did you like about playing with Monica today?
I mean, I feel like she played super solid. I think our level just like rose, especially hers, like from the beginning to the end. I feel like, yeah, it was just a matter of like beating ourselves in some of the games that we lost. And Monica just was like always solid in the games that we were just like, I was kind of wavering on my level. So it was just, yeah, super nice to be able to have that.
Awesome. And you guys, this is one of many money balls this weekend. You guys are playing on Saturday in Mishawaka. What is this? Did this help you prepare? Was this like a tryout in case you wanted to switch partners last minute, or what was going on there?
I feel like this was definitely a good start to hopefully a good weekend. I mean, we've played a lot of rec before. We played in one tournament before, but this was like a legit money ball tourney. And so I think it helped us just to get in the groove a little bit. So, yeah.
How did you guys like playing some teams that maybe you haven't seen before or some different competition?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's really good. I feel like the level at these tournaments is really nice to be able to come and practice and get like really good high-level games. And I feel like the level's just gone up as they've like continued to go on. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of really tough teams. Like our first team is really tough. We came in cold, and they're a really good team. So yeah, everyone's really good.
So rumor has it that cookie skillets are on you at the 76 Diner tonight. If you're here with her winnings, she's buying everyone cookie skillets, and he's going to pay his rent or part of it. So we're super excited about that. Anything you guys want to spend your money on besides the things that I said you're spending your money on?
I haven't thought that far, but I'll think about it and continue to think about it when I hopefully win more money this weekend. So,
how about a new Zumba skirt?
Tempting. I do love Zumba, but we'll see.
What about you?
I mean, yeah, it's an entry fee into a tournament, so it's nice. I'll probably spend it on that. But yeah, it's always nice to do what you love and win a little cash doing it. So,
any special shout outs?
Hi Mom, hi Brianna, hi Erica, hi Cody, hi Krista, hi Dove, hi.
Okay, cut off.
Hello to all the family watching and the MSI team.
Congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. You are our Season 2, Episode 1 winners. You'll be taking home $800. Good job, guys. And we will see you guys on November 7th. And we will head back up to the booth, and Alan will close us out.
All right, thank you once again to all of our competitors, all of our volunteers. Next week, we will have, or not next week, I keep thinking it's next week. It's Halloween next week, and then we will have another TPN the following week, so make sure you tune in for that, or get down here if you can. A big thank you to all of our competitors, especially the ones, again, who had to travel across the state to play in this. A big thank you from to our entire production team. Of course, Tori down there on the sidelines as well. We thank all the viewers and everybody who came down tonight who was treated to an outstanding night of pickleball. So we want to once again extend a big thank you to all the volunteers. This cannot be done without the help of volunteers. Then GRPC, Grand Rapids Pickleball Club itself, is built on the backs of volunteers. So we wanted to extend a little bit of a thank you to those volunteers with a little bit of a tribute video here. All right, there is not a video. We will get a video one of these following weeks, and video is coming. Okay, I misspoke again. Here is this is now an instant replay. That's all right. It's week 1. We're still figuring this out. We'll show a replay of Monica getting hit instead. That's I'm sure the volunteers love that. So sorry, Monica, for reliving that moment. But once again, we have a couple of different events coming up. Make sure you go to the All In Pickleball Gym page to find open play, but also to get a schedule of upcoming TPN events. Like I said, next week we will take the week off to allow everybody to trick or treat or hand out candy or celebrate Halloween however you celebrate it. And then the week after that will be women's on November 7th. Men's is coming on November 21st, and then we will be back for more mixed on December 5th. Women's on December 12th. Take a big break for the holidays. Come back on the other side on January 16th for more men's. The championships happen on March 6th, so make sure you mark that in your calendar because it's always outstanding play, and you can get down here. Last year it was full. It was a great environment. There was lots of incredible pickleball play, and from what I understand, pretty good hot dogs and some other accoutrements as well. Sometimes we have cookies. You never know what will be in store if you come down here live to All In Pickleball Gym. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. It is now almost 10:30, so thanks for sticking it out with us. Hope to see you back in 2 weeks, and have a good night for Alan True, Tori Much, and the rest of the TPN team. Thanks for watching.